not true.
Hello, everyone,
premature.
and welcome to the next session of the Lodge at Endsmeet. Now, before anything else, we will go ahead and dive into a recap, both of last session and perhaps of the RP that might have happened in between. Who is up for a recap?
Recap?
Yes,
I can do it.
a recaptitude.
Okay.
I can do it unless someone else wants the point of inspiration. Because I know I do it all the time.
So,
Okay.
no, you know what? I want to do it. You do it all the
You
time.
want to do it?
All right.
Oh, no, Brad, yes, go.
Wait, no, I
Yeah.
lied to you. I only took partial notes. Never mind, I can't do it.
Okay, well,
The roller coaster I just went through.
I have many notes. Okay. So last session we had the problem of the green dragon that had showed up the session before, and we were all freaking out about it. And Oriel was like a total champ, and like just was outside, kind of rolling deception checks on this dragon, being like, I don't know about the wild hearts. And inside Velen's hut, we were all like, what the fuck? And the Seeker was asleep for a while, and that was funny. And then Tess went out in the guise of a male elf and tried to like bullshit the dragon for a minute, and it didn't work really. It worked well enough that Tess didn't get immediately like knocked on her ass. So she eventually kind of like revealed herself. The wild hearts came out, except for Velen. So
And Seeker and Cal didn't come out either.
and also Cal, yeah. So he revealed that he is not the Verdant Death. He is Toriax, the Choking Knell, and kind of told us, by the way, the Verdant Death is on a warpath and is tearing apart the Goldwood, looking for y'all because you killed her baby, her only baby, by the way. So that's not great.
Whoop.
Whoops.
It's fine.
So she's real mad at us, but instead of killing us or turning us over to her, Toriax was like, okay, so here's the deal. You are going to help me set up an ambush for her, because then he would be able to get her territory, and her territory has already been treated as a green dragon. So in I think a month and a half, 2 months, in February at some point, we have to go back to Endsmeet and meet up with this dragon so we can attack this like priestess that will like kind of let
Spread the
the
word.
Death know where we are, and that will kind of lead her into the trap that Toriax said he would help us defeat her so he can then have her territory. And no one died or got hurt during the conversation, but it was a near thing because Artie made some remarks about, flattering though they were, about Toriax's sexual prowess that almost got him bit. He also told Claudia that her friends should do the thinking for her, which she really took to heart for the rest of the session. And so we now have kind of like, it's not like a really bad time crunch, but we do have a time crunch that we got to get back from Malikor in time to meet Toriax. We also we messaged Gideon this the next day. We kind of gave him an outline of this the next day, but we were kind of thinking about we should probably like contact May or Nod once we get charges back on the Communicrystal to like let him know everything that's going on. So we survived the night. We got back on the road. There was a potential ambush, maybe with or like a highwayman kind of situation. I think maybe that we ran into. There was a warforged there, and Seeker noticed some dudes in the trees. But we ended up kind of
toll collectors.
They were toll collectors, yeah. So we ended up paying them, and then Velen paid them extra because Aryu was weird about the Warforged. Let's see. We were camping, and then we camped the night. And Tess tried to convince Velen to like wear a platinum ring that has a little heron on it, and that phrase that she has on her warding bond rings. And we were talking basically about like kind of our like battle formation. And Seeker was like, "Hey, by the way, you shouldn't be in front of me." And also, Velen, why the hell are you up in the fight? And Velen was like, I don't know, I'm trying not to be.
Real hard.
I don't know.
No, I'm in the middle of things again.
I'm in the middle of things. And so we talked about, like, and it was kind of a frustrating conversation for Seeker, and it was unclear whether or not this is why he had to make a mysterious wisdom save, or that was something different. But he failed a wisdom save and got a mysterious cut or scar on his hand, and now wears a bandage over it, and none of us, like, it's some mysterious symbol that none of us know about. Tess and Claudia, Tess also had a conversation with Claudia, trying to figure out, like, hey, what's wrong? Because she was being really quiet and kind of disengaging from the group, and tried a couple of different ways. She was like, hey, we can do ascending to Thomas, and, like, tried to kind of figure out what was going on with her. and talked to her about like, hey, do you have a birthday? Like, when is your birthday? And Claudia was like, I don't have a birthday. And so we were like, all right, sometime in the fall, we're going to have a birthday for you. We rolled for the whole rest of the week to pass uneventfully with travel, so that's good. We are now a week into travel. Claudia, over that time, Claudia is friends with a horse that she named Peanut Butter that seems to be more intelligent than a regular horse.
What's going on there?
For some reason, what's going on there? Tess and Velen played some improv games because Velen is helping Tess learn the actor feat, and then Tess is going to help her learn like proficiency in religion. Ari hung out a lot with Ori and talked about magical theory and talked shit about various elves they don't like, which made Tess very jealous. We passed by the Tower of Gnosis, this like famous dragonborn wizard, and Ori is a fan, and we didn't really have time to like go into it, but Sky wrote him a message and then got a dragonborn thumbs up that very sweetly Velen then like recreated with her paints, and like slipped it into Ori's stuff, and I don't know if Ori's found it yet. Seeker
This
still
is the
has
only
yet
thing that I took detailed notes on, by the way. Was Gnosis and the painting.
Seeker still has yet to eat any of Ori's food, as far as I recall from the session.
Yep.
He's been very adamant about it.
He's been very adamant about it for some reason. And so then there was a little combat because we came across a dead horse that was swarming with flies that was clearly like, well, we didn't know at the time, but it was like the kind of the setup for a goblin ambush, which Ori came down and then brilliantly cast Detect Thoughts. Like, this was such a smart move, and like sensed where a bunch of the not that they were goblins, like didn't know they were goblins because she didn't understand the language, but like kind of understood where some of them were, which was really cool. And then Artie cast Enlarged on Seeker, which was really cool. Tess bamfed out her duplicate, which was useful because the ground was covered in fucking traps. Claudia, so the ground was covered in traps. A lot of people got like caught in various traps, including poor Velen getting caught in a web trap in the fight. So,
The entire combat.
Claudia tried to help and made things worse.
What I do?
Cal joined the fight and kind of was revealed to be a war cleric, which
Cal's hot.
Ori thought was very
Cal
hot.
is hot.
Cal is hot. The SBC is hot. We were all shocked by this. Goblins. The important things in the fight were that the goblins threw alchemist fire at the cart and set Ari, Tess, and the horses and the cart on fire. Velen was really, really clever and used prestidigitation to put some of the flames out on one of the horses. So none of the horses have thus far gone down, although they took a lot of damage. Ori also figured out this trick, and that was a cool moment of bonding. Seeker.
She copied.
Seeker also took some damage. Simic literally used an inspiration for a goblin to re-roll so it would hit him, so Seeker could use Hellish Rebuke on him. So like literally, because we picked up we ended at the very end of this fight. So what has basically just happened is that we saw Seeker like set a goblin on fire with dark flames, and his eyes got all weird, and he like talked in giant.
All right.
And it was like real strange. At which point Ori brilliantly used Detect Thoughts to like push into Seeker's mind and got
things that we don't.
She knows some fucking secret that I've been really, really curious about that I don't know about. And that's kind of where we left off. We hadn't even like looted anything. We just basically ended when we ended initiative. And that's where we're picking up.
Excellent.
You did great.
Thanks.
I'm clapping, you just can't hear it.
Nope, we hear it.
Well done, as always, for doing the recap. You've earned a player inspiration.
Yay!
And everyone who participated in a player RP between sessions, you are awarded 1 inspiration point.
I have 2 now.
Yeah, I have 2 too.
2?
You got a 2.
Is it pink?
Oh yeah, we had an RP.
Yes.
Tess had an RP with Claudia where Tess was basically was trying once again to figure out what was wrong and kind of like managed to. They talked about Claudia and Tess Claudia talked about kind of how Jericho had always been sort of the planner and the person that thought, and so when Toriax kind of like insulted her intelligence like that, it really hurt her, and Tess kind of was like, hey, but you also have intelligence too, you're really good we can all be good at different things.
So and she
it
seemed
like,
bolstered by that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, did she? That's good.
Did you?
No, I meant that genuinely.
Also,
Okay. That just sounded sarcastic.
Tess and Velen also had a conversation. We did not actually finish the RP because of life.
You're busy in your life.
But they talked about the nature of like ambition and faith and choice, and Velen talked about her breasts because that's a thing that she does, I guess.
It did come up.
I mean, Tess brought it up, so, you know. Technically, Tess's fault.
To be fair, Velen is very performative in certain ways, and that is definitely one of them. Yeah, that conversation happened.
Okay.
Yeah. There was no...
Tess was sort of be like, hey, you're kind of a role model, and was
She was definitely trying to, like, give Velen a little bit more confidence in not just in her sassy pants, but, like, her judgment. And Velen was a little resistant to that because she's used to thinking of herself as a fuck up. But it was pretty wholesome, aside from the stupid tit jokes.
Okay, then that is where we will resume. In the middle of a tit joke.
Yes. Always.
No. After the encounter with the goblins, that is where we're picking up. It is the fight has literally just ended. So, allow me to pull the page over here.
I think Seeker came and pulled down.
Yeah, Seeker came and pulled down Velen.
Yeah, Claudia had tried, but did not.
Yeah, she healing hands his butt because she thinks she's funny.
Oh wow, I didn't
yeah, that's
on
right.
that. I think Tess like made me block that in my mind.
So
it was just silly.
As you have successfully completed the fight with the goblins, Cal looks around into you, and he says, "Are the horses okay?"
I'm checking on them right now. I want to look them over and make sure they're okay.
2 of them are injured, but they are no longer on fire.
Gotta give all our healing potions to them, guys.
No, no, I can help. And
I think
Cal,
I healed people last time, didn't I?
Yeah, you
I think
used healing hand. You topped up Tess and Artie.
Cal will come over and pump a cure wounds
will help somehow
into one of the horses.
Oh, is peanut butter though?
Peanut butter is fine. Peanut butter was not touched by.
Yeah, peanut butter didn't get on fire.
Okay, but is she calm? She okay?
Nervous.
Okay.
The smell of burnt hair and the tension of the fight has all the horses on edge, and peanut butter is no exception. The horse on the left is healed for 9 hit points.
I think they took 10 in the fight.
And Cal will heal the other horse.
Artie, now is your time to use mending on the cart.
I was just about to go say I'm gonna go check out the cart.
You never got to use it yet.
The other horse heals for 7.
I used it on the fence post for that guy with the cow. Only time I've used it.
You did do that, I remember. And I remember it went badly.
It did.
Distracting the cows was went badly.
Yeah. Yeah, I fixed the fence.
We're very proud of you.
I am too. I'm gonna go check on the cart.
Okay, the cart is damaged. The fire has weakened many of the joints around the axles. If the cart will roll, but if it were to hit a large pothole or a large rock, one of the axles would surely break.
Do I know what I would need to either fix it or replace it? Would I need a full new axle, or can I, like, jerry-rig something?
You could definitely jerry-rig something, or you could use mending to attach a new piece of, basically another bracket around the hinge.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
We also have other axles and stuff in the other cart because we have a double cart.
You guys can't hear me right now.
Now we can hear you.
Now I can hear you.
Okay. So it's coming through. I was just getting talked over, I guess.
Oh no,
I didn't hear your voice at all, but I can hear you now.
Maybe it was cutting out because Discord did freeze for me. Okay.
Yeah, we didn't hear you once. We're not rude.
Don't eat that.
Were you saying
It can
something?
be, but this time.
This time we weren't.
Alpha, were you saying something?
Yes, but it wasn't important in the moment.
I still want to hear it.
Please recap
everything you say is
word for word.
Oh my god. Can we just move on, please?
Okay. I am glad your Discord is now working.
Yes, me too, for the moment.
I'm gonna take a new bracket, mending, trying to fix this.
Takes a minute. You don't need to roll. Wending just is the spell for this. So you repair the wagon. The wagon is down a few hit points, but it's just basically wood fatigue. it's not going to be. You can't really repair it without actually.
Cosmetic.
Yeah, you would have to sit down, take all the wheels off, and begin to repair the wood piece by piece, and you don't have the time nor the facility for that. All right.
Is Seeker still big?
Probably not.
Probably just be wearing off now. It was only a minute.
Okay.
Aw.
He is no pact of the Titan, unfortunately, as he shrinks back down.
I think when Seeker gets back down to his original size, Tess is gonna kind of amble over to him and kind of tilt her head and kind of like jerk her head in the direction of the crispy goblin that got shit wrecked by dark flames. and look at him like, so black fire? What was that about?
What do you mean?
What was it? I've never seen something like that before. Your eyes got really weird.
Right, well, it's a form of magic, of course.
Okay, what spell?
I don't see why that's important, lass.
It's in
Road! You hearing them from 15 feet away.
because call me curious.
Know what they say? Curiosity killed the cat.
Good thing I'm not a cat.
Tess, you hear Cal say from over by the horse.
What?
How would you have liked it if some of our friends back home would have pushed you with all these prying questions?
In due time, lass. In due time.
Ori looks at Artie and she's like, "Ooh, someone's in trouble."
Yeah, Daddy just scolded you.
Not me for once, so yeah. I'll take this win.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Artie, are you done with the cart? We should look at these goblins.
Almost, yeah. I was gonna get to it. You
What are you
remember the
looking at him
path?
for?
Stop
See if they
it,
have
thing.
anything important on them.
Yeah.
Maybe
Right,
useful.
be careful for more traps.
Goblins can have cool stuff.
They definitely had a lot of traps.
There might be more.
Alright, after I'm done fixing that, I would say I'm pretty smart. Do you think I can retrace the steps that Seeker took?
Yeah, for
I can
sure.
also.
You can
I guess-
fit in one of the steps that Seeker took.
Yeah. So I'm gonna retrace the steps, trying not to. Being very cautious, looking for traps on either side of me, and I'm gonna start kind of going through these goblins, these two
So
of
there-
these first.
So to access all of the goblins, you're going to have to go some places Seeker did not.
I'm gonna go to just the ones that I know for. So like these two, maybe this guy, and I know this
Roll
one's
me
probably
roll me
good.
investigation as you do that. And Tess, what did you say?
I'm gonna follow Artie and be casting guidance on him.
Okay.
I don't think I need it.
Oh, actually, no. I can be following Artie with my duplicate and be casting guidance on him.
30.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got 30.
Yeah,
I know goblins.
you know where they're hiding their things. Roll me a d4, please.
Two.
Roll me a d12.
Nice. Different one. You haven't asked for a D12 in a while. Yeah, 11.
Good job, Barbarian Hit Die.
The first goblin, you reach into the pouch, and aside from the various, like, trail rations and loose scraps, even pieces of bone, what you find that is perhaps useful is a glowing pheasant carcass.
Oh.
Glowing?
You reach into the bag and you pull out the body of a pheasant, and it is emitting light from every orifice.
I'm gonna switch my glasses to the spectacles, and I'm gonna kind of get a closer look at it. Do I get a sense of why this is glowing?
Yes. The pheasant itself is mundane. As you investigate it, you kind of open the beak of the pheasant, and you see that shoved down its throat is a gem.
Ooh,
What?
Oh,
grabbed
they
the
were
gem.
hiding it in there?
that's a great place to hide it.
You find a gem of brightness.
Ooh.
So they had it like a little winged lantern, like a hooded lantern.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. I'm
A
afraid
typical
to-
goblin trick, actually.
That's clever.
As you search other goblin bodies, roll me another d12.
And the goblins
Yeah.
are like 12-sided.
Is that a homemade item? Gem of brightness.
It is. Gem
Oh,
of
no.
brightness is real. Glowing pheasant is nonsense.
Yeah.
You roll a 9. The next goblin that you're searching for doesn't really have anything of use on them, but you do find a peg leg.
Nice. I'm taking that.
Okay.
That guy's leg.
And that guy's leg.
Roll me another d12, please.
I wonder if there's more alchemist fire.
I'm rolling amazing on these D12s. I don't know if that means anything, but
An 8. You find on the next goblin a cracked porcelain doll.
Oh, that's haunted.
Haunted doll, what?
probably haunted.
It is wearing fine clothes, but it is missing its eyes.
Ugh. Ugh.
That is
Okay.
literally Echo. That's amazing. My scale, my personal scale for creepy things, and I've always said is like on a scale of 1 to eyeless dolls. Like how creepy is it?
I think we've maxed out on that scale, Frog.
Yeah, that's a little
the
maxed
max.
up.
Ugh.
I'm gonna take it.
Okay.
Oh
You
god.
could probably wear
can
its clothes if you
Add
wanted
that to your inventory.
Yeah, it's going in the bag of holding though, so it's in a different dimension.
One last final d12, please.
Yes, sir. This is gonna be a 12. Ooh, 10.
What? Close.
Close.
Bro, if I was a barbarian, I'd be
Eight, you rolled an
steering
8, 9,
that.
10, and 11.
A 10. Okay. Roll me a d20.
Ooh.
Just don't
Natural
roll a
20.
1. Oh!
This,
Hot damn.
you find a coin purse, and inside it is a hefty amount of coin. Roll me a d4.
This is gonna be the one.
400
Yep.
platinum.
Aw.
It
Aw.
contains
100 platinum.
1 platinum piece.
Wow.
Roll me 2d6.
5.
It contains 50 gold.
Okay.
Ooh.
And roll me 3d8.
Where's my pen?
I'm right here.
Roll me a d6. It contains 13 assorted gems and rubies, totaling 50 gold pieces each.
God damn.
Each? Wow.
Any?
That's a
The
haul.
only
That's
thing
a
I'm gonna
haul.
specifically ask is there any diamonds?
Yeah, important.
Roll me a d100.
That's-
Rubies also would be useful.
Sorry, I lost it. 20.
20% of the gems you found are diamonds, so 20% of 13, you find 2 diamonds. Each one's worth 50 gold pieces.
Nice.
Nice.
Please and thank you.
I am going to bring that back to the group. I got some gold and some gems, and a glowing pheasant, which is pretty cool. It had a gem in there that shines. Oh, and creepy porcelain doll with no eyes. I called dibs on that one though. You guys
No.
you can split up everything else.
Put some gems in its eye sockets.
Oh,
That's not a
Did you happen to
idea.
find a
No.
peg leg? I could really use one.
I did. Here, and I pull out a peg leg.
I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I didn't expect you to actually have. Okay.
Goblins, man. Never underestimate a goblin.
Cal looks over at Tess. Is that normal?
Yeah, it's good advice.
All right.
Artie knows a lot about goblins. Don't you, Artie?
I'm gonna whisper to Tess. I have to cut him in on the gems and gold. As I head nod to Cal.
No.
Cal? Okay,
No,
he said
we're
it.
fine.
I was just trying to be polite, you know.
Are you sure, Cal? Are you sure you don't want some diamonds?
These goblins really
There's
made
only
bank.
2. Yeah,
I
I'm doing
asked.
well.
I asked you to come along with me. You don't have to pay me.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
This
help
is
us.
part
Does
of your
have a
take.
point.
Okay.
Walking around and handing 10 gold to everybody.
Also, it was your horses and cart that got. I've been fine.
Anybody
I
want to be the?
assume not Ori, right? Just
No, give it to
checking.
Ori. Yeah.
Oh, she looks very touched when you hand her 10 gold.
We've been bonded.
Yeah, you have. That's true.
Okay. First and foremost, anybody have useful? And I pull the 2 diamonds and I hand them to Tess while I'm saying this. Anybody have any uses for these gems? If not, we can have somebody hold them. I got about 11 more gems, roughly. If my napkin math is right, about 50 gold each.
Not too bad.
No uses. Got some
Oh,
rubies,
no.
a couple emeralds.
I really don't think I
So-
have any components that it would be useful for.
Ruby dust is useful for me, like
Ignore that.
a little bit, but not often.
Okay.
The only thing I even need, like, I guess I need opalescent feldspar, but that's about it.
Opalescent. What?
Why are you making earrings?
Oh.
That's for when I cast Moonbeam.
What is opalescent feldspar?
It's just like powdered
Very pretty.
shiny rock.
It's opalescent.
Here, I've got some in my pouch. Here, look.
Ooh.
Oh, that's very
Oh.
shiny.
I don't need a
kinda-
lot, just an inch.
How much do you have in your pouch, Ellen, right now?
I have no idea. There's no price,
Pinch.
so it's like it's just in my component pouch because it
Hodgepodge.
doesn't have a worth requirement. So several
Oh.
seeds of any moonseed plant and a piece of opalescent feldspar.
Okay.
It's
So
not.
it's not powdered.
It's just color.
Okay.
It's not a component that I actually need to spend money on, so it's just color that's
It's very
showing
shiny.
off the little pouch.
Just I'm asking, is it powdered or is it a rock?
It's like a little piece of shiny rock,
Oh, okay.
and she's probably got a couple of them in there because, feldspar isn't hard to find.
So, I could go one of 2 ways. I could hold on to it, we could sell it next time we get to and chop it up. Or, I don't know, Ori, I enjoy your presence. But if you want, I can give you your gems ahead of time. I don't know.
Oh,
And
no,
I'm
no,
staying with
thank
us.
you. That's so nice. No, I have no need for them.
Next town we get to is likely to be Shadowstead, by the way. That's just up the road a couple days, but that is where the halfway inn is, which I heard you all talking about.
Yeah, we need to go there. Artie, did you check the saddlebags too?
No, hold up.
You
I
don't have
run
left.
over there.
Oh, be careful. That horse is gross.
All of the, when you look in the saddlebags, all of the corn inside is popped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh my
I'm gonna eat a
God.
couple pieces.
Oh,
Ugh.
fuck hell.
Tastes like popcorn.
Ah, popcorn. It's good. You guys want some? I'm
No,
gonna take
no, thank
one
you,
of my
dear.
little pouches out, and I'm gonna just fill some
Oh,
popcorn.
that's good for you.
He just whispers to
Okay.
himself. That's the goblin showing.
Hey, so where is that? Where's that doll?
Ah, it's right here. And I go in the bag of holding, and I take it out.
How
You
big
want
is it compared to Artie?
Rubies.
It's
Pretty big.
I mean, it fills his hand and covers part of his forearm, but to you, it would basically just fit in the palm of your hand. It's a very old-looking, cracked porcelain doll. There's a crack going down its cheek.
Nice.
The eyes have come out of it a long time ago. At one point, it was likely a beautiful doll. It sure ain't anymore.
Do I don't have any like means of detecting magic. And I'm not trained in Arcana, so I can't roll for this. But I think Tess is.
Does it remind you of a
unsettled-
dream you had?
She's unsettled enough by this doll that she's just gonna cast Remove Curse on it.
Okay.
Just in case.
For safety, just in case.
What does that look like?
Let's see. Tess has done that. When Tess had done this on Velen before to remove the lycanthropy, it was kind of like, it's sort of like, I imagine it's a little bit like a Tai Chi kind of thing where she's like moving her hands kind of like this, and multicolored like Jamino light is kind of coming out of whatever it is.
Right,
and
but
then
there's nothing in this doll. So what does it look like when nothing happens?
yeah, that's fair. I think there's light and it doesn't take on anything.
Okay.
And so she's like trying to pull it, and there's just nothing. It's like casting a fishing line and nothing kind of comes up.
You kind
She's
of
not hard-
feel a hand on your shoulder, and you hear, "Paranoid, are we?"
A little bit. I mean, those are some bad dreams. A little bit.
I got plans for it if I can keep it.
I mean, it's not cursed.
Well,
so,
you found it.
so
No, I
sure.
didn't even think of that. That's a good call.
What? That it might be cursed?
Yeah, it didn't even come to mind once.
I can confirm it is not.
Okay, that was right.
I tried, it didn't work. It's not cursed, it's just creepy.
Sometimes we think we're cursed when we're really just depressed.
Been there.
Ouch.
Know that all too well.
Very
Aye.
wise. That's very wise, Ori.
Well put, succinctly too.
Thank you.
So, do I want to know what you're gonna do with that doll?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna turn it into some kind of trap. So I'm
Ooh,
gonna
like a little.
like
Could
a
you
little-
animate it maybe with like an unseen servant? Wouldn't that be cool?
so I can.
That would be
I do actually have that.
terrifying.
Oh, and do it
Right, I
gems
agree.
put in its little eye sockets.
No,
was-
that's too much for me.
I was actually planning on putting some little mechanical legs on it so it can walk when I wind it up, and then I was gonna make it go boom.
That's fun. You know, yeah. I mean, someone else will probably set it on fire before it gets to blow up.
What
but-
if you put your protector cannon in it? Like your little buddy.
Oh,
And then
a creepy little doll walking around. I like that. That's
And
And then
gonna
you
cut
just
have something
strike
servant on
fear
it and
into
teach
our
it to tap
foes.
dance.
yeah.
Cal is like looking off into the middle distance.
It's porcelain though. It's gonna be a little rough. I could probably just make it backplate out. I don't want him. I don't want little baby Roy
Well-
to be stuck in there though. But
This is super fun, you guys, but that horse stinks.
Yeah, let's
okay.
pack it in.
All right, so you climb back on the cart and you begin moving. As you begin moving, it begins to snow again. It's chilly.
aesthetic.
As the horses seem eager to get away from this place, you make your way down and away, and you are following along cliffs that you can see once I fix my map. One moment.
Connie is gonna be driving because she's very concerned about the horses right now and wants to keep an eye on them.
Oh,
Fair.
Party members who?
I'm gonna say to Seeker real quick. Hey, I'm really glad that worked. I just made that the other day.
Yeah, super
make it
useful.
Yeah. I'm just glad you didn't get too big. I didn't really
Well,
test
You
it.
didn't. You just hoped I'd stop at some point.
Yeah. You know, I'm pretty confident in the work that I do. You know, I did the napkin math. It's kind of hard when you're on the road and you make it. You know, it's kind of bumpy, but it worked. It worked.
Well, you're right. It did work.
I can make you small too if you want.
No,
I
I
could just
prefer that.
turn the dial the other way, and then we could be same size.
Yeah, no, that's all right. I don't really like being small.
And it's got its advantages.
I've
That
never
sounds
in my
like
life,
a great first date idea.
I've never in my life heard someone say napkin math so much in such
Ah.
a short amount of time.
Right, just like all the math he does.
No. When I'm in my workshop, I got things going. You know,
We'll have
it's
your
just
math in the workshop.
I
on
don't
it.
think I've seen this workshop.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
math everywhere. There's math everywhere down there.
Because when
Yeah,
you
I got
think
most
about
of them
it,
with me. I took most of it. It's in the bag.
which means it's funny because it means you stole all these cloth napkins from these places. Because normally they just wash them and put them back out.
Every time he goes to a
Yeah.
restaurant, he takes their napkin.
You gotta get what you pay for.
That's true.
The
you're
only
saying the-
restaurant's Drenier's, so you're just taking all of Drenier's napkins.
Maybe he got them before. He's
Yeah,
had them
in
since the
Auger
basement.
City.
He's
Sarah.
got a notebook of napkins.
I've
Oh,
done some of my
Jesus.
best work.
Nap book.
Velen and Seth are just low key like reimbursing him for.
I can picture you just like etching something into the bar counter, you know?
I'm
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
the bar counter at the lodge has calculations carved into it.
If there's no
Yeah.
napkins around,
You gotta be careful
Yeah.
with that though. People can take your work.
oh, good luck trying to decipher it. I have my own
Is that-
code in
I
my
can
head.
only imagine.
Is that
Mhm.
a challenge?
Yeah. I can give you some. I'll start taking out.
She
napkins.
holds out a hand for the
Oh
napkin.
boy.
Yeah, I take out like 7 different cloths,
Oh,
and
excellent.
it's nonsense.
My theory is that all of Artie's notes are in Gnomeblish, because
I
it's
I
like
don't know
a weird
now.
hybrid. Oh shit, that's right. He doesn't know Miss.
Goblin,
She was
well,
raised with a goblin. Never mind.
So it would be goblish.
It was all goblin.
Are they in Goblin? Are they actually in Goblin?
So some of it is, but then some of it's just shit that he makes up that only makes sense to him.
So it's
like he knows
accomplish.
what it means, but
Or
it's not like anything
It's
that
artish.
the general public.
Artesian.
She lays out a couple of these and looks at them for a few moments, and then kind of looks at Arnie, and then casts comprehend languages on herself.
I would like to think that it completely just organizes into equations and actual well-written
Hell
like
yeah.
sentences about it. Like,
It's a very beautiful
transistor
mind.
here. This is gonna make
Yeah.
it big to an extent of one size bigger, one size smaller. Like it makes so much sense on the napkin now. See,
That's adorable.
look, it makes sense, right?
No, this is brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Nobody will really be able to steal it either.
I can't tell if
Unless
she's
they do
humoring
what
him
she
or not.
did.
Ah,
He
shit.
isn't. He is brilliant. He's
Well,
I
brilliant.
gotta.
No,
She
I know
looks at
that.
Cal and winks at him anyway, because, you know, keep him guessing.
He just smiles back.
I
Okay.
got
Yes.
an idea then. I'm gonna have to write it in even something that I don't understand.
Right, well then how are you supposed to read it?
Oh,
All
it's
of
lovely. You're transcendent before our eyes.
it. Mm-hmm. Just a diversion.
Don't.
I don't
This
think
is
the
why we-
followers of Drunlir stand a chance against this sort of mind.
Don't understand.
You guys are gassing me up a little too much. I like it.
No, don't make his ego any bigger,
Good,
please.
good confidence boost today. Appreciate it.
Okay, Ori frowns at that, and she's like, "No, I'm not. This is brilliant. I can't do half of this, and I
Really?
am a fairly good wizard." And she hands over the napkins.
Thank you. You are. Give yourself a little more credit. And
Don't
I'm
worry,
glad-
I give myself plenty.
I would have never
That
thought of a
thing
dick
you
in
were
the
doing.
sky.
That song you were singing, that seemed pretty effective. I've never seen anything like that before.
Oh, the blade song. You haven't?
You know, what's that?
It's an old tradition. It's just magic, isn't it? It's a bit of a, oh, you know, like a boost to your physical abilities. Just makes me a little tougher, a little faster, a little harder to hit.
Neat
It's
trick.
fascinating.
Thank you.
Not
like to
all
get up
wizards
close
like
and
to
personal.
be. Yeah, not all wizards like to be in the pack line.
That's true. Some of us like to live dangerously. But not too dangerously, hence the blade song.
Right, you wouldn't be out there by yourself with no magic. That would be nonsense.
No, I certainly wouldn't be. I wouldn't be anywhere with no magic, probably.
Where did you study?
Here
Or is
and
that
there.
prying?
That's not truly prying, just give me a moment to look at the map.
Give me a moment to make something up.
I don't remember, but I remember.
Exactly. Oh, you know, up north, where my people tend to congregate.
Aye, me too.
Really?
Well,
It's very interesting. Oh,
north is a big place, so
hi, that's true.
It's everything north of here.
most
So
things
what?
north of here.
Very astute of you, Steve Seeger.
Oh, you didn't train in Keo then, Cal.
No.
I see.
No,
Lots
I'm
of
afraid
places
not.
have a door.
Right, that's the place where the elves live? Jesus Christ.
It is.
Okay. whew.
Yeah, there's a bard college there.
Yes, there is. Have
I've
you
never
been?
been, but I heard about it.
Oh, it's lovely once you get past the people.
Is it the College of Seven Songs?
Hi?
I've heard of it. Might have poked around, but not for long.
Do you have bardic leanings, Cal?
Not at all.
No. I'm sure you have a lovely voice. For singing. I mean, it's lovely speaking.
You flatter me, but no.
I'm trying, yes.
Well, you're doing well so far. No. I enjoy the people watching.
Oh, yes, of course.
Well, bards definitely like to make themselves fun to watch.
They certainly do.
Oh. Makes it easy to watch the people when they're watching you.
Is that where you went, Velen?
Oh no. I've heard about that college of Seven Songs, but that's not. I more was a student on the road.
Student of Hard Knocks.
Is this another
Yes.
tit joke?
Claudia didn't say that.
Not hard knockers. Hard knocks.
Oh.
Woo.
Should go to the doctor if you have hard knockers.
I go to fist bump
True.
Velen. We self-made.
Yeah, I totally fist bump party. No, at first I was just kind of traveling, and I didn't have. I didn't really have. I mean, I had an education, and I knew I could play the panpipes, so I just tried to sing for my supper, so to speak. And I eventually met people who thought I was good and helped me learn my way. So I never really officially went to a place to study. I just kind of learned.
I'm surprised. As I've heard you saying, I thought surely you were educated.
I was educated by tutors.
Ah, just not in the way of bard, I see.
Right. I did get a number of performance lessons when I was young, but it was because they were bribery to try to get me to do the other lessons.
So you are a fancy lady then. I see.
I was.
He's still a fancy lady.
I was not. I'm not a fan. I'm.
Not by
My
your
blood
choice,
has-
anyway. You hear
Uh,
in your mind.
Yeah. I mean, my blood has made me a lot of things, and my choices have made me something else, and I'm working on that.
Well, that's good.
You really only should be who you want to be.
I agree.
Well put.
I do agree with that, although I do think it's a little more complicated than.
You know, you don't speak much, big guy, but when you do, the words are always worth saying.
He's wise. It's funny how he's so wise when he gets so little nutrition.
Well, there's plenty of vitamins in that there alcohol, isn't there?
Oh.
Occasionally, I'd partake in some of the drink.
I mean, your rations surely can't be filling enough.
I have enough.
Are you
Speaking
sure?
of, what do you guys want for dinner tonight?
He opened the rations. Started eating.
This is good land to find some venison, if maybe we could find a deer.
Oh, that'd be lovely. We could roast it.
Maybe
I bet
some
we could
wild
find
rice.
some wild potatoes, even. In these
Claudia?
Oh, I
parts.
like that better.
Would you mind tracking down a nice deer for us?
Oh, yes. Are you a hunter?
I've seen you act like one.
Hello? Claudia?
Talk to. Oh, sorry, you're talking to me? She was like just staring off into space
Yeah.
at the horses.
Of course we're talking to you.
Oh, hunting?
Aye.
Yeah.
Talking about venison for dinner.
I can help you if you need.
I think
You
I'm
said
okay.
you weren't a hunter.
I'm sure.
No,
you
Yeah.
Claudia.
I will
I'll say that
say,
to speaker.
yeah, I know you might be okay, but you shouldn't ever go in less than twos out here.
It's true.
That's fair.
And his name is Seeker.
Seeker, how good are you at being quiet?
I'm pretty alright at it.
I can help with that.
Okay, you can come with me.
Well, let's get
Alright.
to a good campsite first.
Dumpling place, yeah.
Oh, I'm excited.
As you continue your ride, it is getting into the evening. Firstly, I need a D100 roll, please.
I see Dooch going for it.
Cricket. No, I was waiting. I was
I was waiting too.
loading the
Go for it,
chamber.
Go
Who's
for
got
it,
it?
guy.
Let me call it. Call it.
Alright, I got it. Fuck it.
Yeah. You did great.
76.
Super proud of you.
Looks like a 40, but okay.
Yeah, okay.
Listen, Artie's dice have
Are
smileys
illegible.
on them. I don't want to hear
No,
it.
my dice have cogs. Oh,
You can
my
build your
D6 has.
I actually think the stellar theme of these dice are really cool. So
They're cool, but
they're
yeah,
hard
lucky.
to read, but they're cool.
Well,
That's
luckily
why-
the computer
Yeah,
reads them for
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'd be fucked.
I wouldn't
do
use
have
them if we
smiley
could.
faceless on my D6. I
know,
forgot
right?
about that.
It literally was just a smiley and it said 6. I'm like, how?
That's not a good one.
How is that a 2?
Because
It
it's
had two
kind
eyes.
of
Not
really
happy.
mad. Yeah. Pretty much. You know, that's
Hi,
definitely
Evie.
a 2.
Evie has a knot. I'm trying to get it out of her fur.
He does.
Eve, hold still.
Stop being
Why do you do
naughty.
this to yourself?
As you all are
Groom yourself
traveling,
better.
I hate to interrupt you. As all of you are traveling, the snow is falling, and it's getting denser and denser. You notice there is a shrine off the side of the road. It's a small stone altar. It's very simple. I would like a religion check from anybody proficient in religion.
I got a plus 10, but I'm not proficient.
Exactly. Like I'm smart, but not proficient.
I'm working on that proficiency, but I don't have it yet.
Seeker, you know what this is. It's the shrine to Viella,
I love her.
the goddess of freedom and adventuring. And she's well known for not having temples. This is the sort of shrine she favors. They're wild and out in the wilderness. They're never built up, but they are always visited by adventurers when they are seen and they know them. You see, this shrine has all sorts of small basins, and on the back of the shrine is the emblem of a flaming hammer.
Right, we should probably stop and do our due diligence.
What is it?
You're muted, Tess.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
What's that?
I just say I reiterate the information from Echo.
Viella, freedom. Got it.
Yep.
And the hammer thing. Do I know what that symbol is? Is that her
That's
symbol?
her symbol.
Oh, okay.
We should pay our respects. We're adventurers.
I love her,
Yep.
but from another campaign.
Me too.
You roll the
I know
shrine.
her very well.
Yes, you do.
go
Velen
offer
does not
kind-
know her that well, but she's like, sure, we're adventurers.
What sort of offering do you offer, Seeker?
Let me see. I take out. Oh shit! I don't really have anything good. I'll just take out a gold coin and lay it underneath the rocks.
Okay.
what?
You
I
said
got
there were like basins on the back, right?
There's stone bowls on the front where people place offerings. One of them is filled with flowers that seem to be petrified. If
I have
anybody
an
else,
offering.
go
Yeah,
for
or-
it. Just spit it out. Let's hear it.
Claudia is gonna take an old horseshoe from the supplies they have on the back of the cart and lay it there because horses travel.
Okay.
What's she the god of again? Freedom and what else?
Freedom,
Adventure.
adventure, and
Adventure.
basically free will and a free spirit.
Yeah, Ori hops out and she pours a little bit of one of her potions of healing, just a little sip, into one of the bowls.
Oh shit! Right, I have alcohol. I'll pour some of the alcohol in there. I forgot I had that. I didn't put that in my inventory.
Do you include the coin or just the alcohol?
Give her a
Both.
shot.
I
Okay.
get both.
Velen is like going through all of her stuff, trying to figure out what would be an appropriate offering to a goddess of choice and free will. And then she thinks about it, and she pulls out her painter's supplies, and she just this isn't the magic paint. This is just making a sketch, but she basically just draws a little she's gonna draw I don't know if she actually has the religious knowledge to do this, so she's gonna try and draw from memory the symbols of the Wanderer God just on this piece of paper.
Okay.
So she's gonna need to do a religion check, and she's not proficient.
Yes.
The only ones that I know that she knows are Dawes's and Biella's, because it's right there.
Yeah.
But that is what she's going to try to do.
You still have Olmar's and Nox to try and hammer out. Go ahead and roll
Yeah.
me a religion check.
Can I help her? Can I give her advantage?
You also would need to roll a religion check to see if you remember them well enough.
Can do that.
Remembering symbols off the cuff is not
It's
easy.
really hard. Yeah.
A 13.
I'm not doing well on religion today.
I remember. I
uh,
do a lot of reading.
You wrote a dissertation on them once.
why do you know? Okay, Artie.
I do a lot of reading.
So, I'll say as Tess and Velen are like huddled together as she's trying to sketch these symbols, Artie, you're like, that's not...
No. It's like that.
No.
Too sharp of lines. Round it out.
And with the two of yours help, I'll say you can have advantage, Velen.
Okay. I'm going to roll again because my first roll was garbage and my second roll is worse.
Oh, man.
So at least I'll go with the first roll, which was not a natural one. And then I'm going to burn my... I'm going to burn my luck bonus on this because I feel like it's important to...
Oh, I thought... Didn't you use your luck in the last to escape the trap?
Did I? Shit. Okay.
Sorry.
It's 1d10 refreshes per short rest. We've had a short rest.
Yeah, so we've been
You have
fine.
had a
That's
short
fine.
rest.
No.
We've had a short rest. Sorry, didn't mean to...
No. If it had been a once per day thing and not a refresh per... Anyway,
Yum,
so
yum,
roll a
yum.
d10.
So a
Okay.
13.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's passable. You remember the symbols, and especially with Artie's help and Tess's guidance, you managed to create the symbols. Nox's is the one that gives you the hardest trouble because
Yeah, like,
she doesn't come up often.
yeah, she hide.
But
That's kind of her thing.
lately, as the conversations of the Gledalac popped up, you remember seeing that sheet where her symbol was on it.
Yeah. So having done that, Velen is just going to put her sketch in the basin. Say, thanks, guys. I needed the hand there, but I thought it was a nice thing to do.
So, everyone who's
Tess.
placed an offering.
Wait,
Go ahead.
Tess has
Well, yeah, I got one too.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Tess has-
Never-
I want to say
Tess
something.
Ooh. You want to go first, Artie?
No, you got it. Go.
Tess is going to kind of go through and be looking, because she doesn't keep a lot of stuff. And she's going to her fingers are going to find the glow spoon that Artie made for her their very first day.
A gloom, if you will.
Yeah. And she's going to make eye contact with Artie, and she's going to take a crossbow bolt out that's been treated by Artie's noxious pocket. And she's going to druid craft a little, like, sliver of, just like a tiny little blossom that will bind them together. And she'll put it in the bowl and sprinkle some holy water on it and say, the thing that I learned most on this journey was friendship and to trust the people around me.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. Ah, terrible. 4, 8.
Okay.
I'm gonna go rummaging deep into my.
Actually, I'm going to burn inspiration on that. I'm going to do that again. Sorry.
Okay. Roll it again.
Yeah, you good?
Better. 23.
That is
Better.
better. Alright. Artie.
Digging deep into my bag. This is something I haven't seen in a while. I'm gonna pull out what seems to be just a regular screwdriver, and I am going to, as I'm holding it, and this is all I'm gonna kind of be saying in my head, or low, so people really can't hear it. This is the first thing I found that gave me freedom in my life. I found this in a dumpster right outside the orphanage. And this allowed me to be useful and to go out and make something of myself. This is the first thing I ever owned. And if you're the goddess of freedom, feels like it should be yours. Go put it in the bowl. I'm just gonna like touch the statue a little bit, pat it.
Cal steps up behind you, and he will kind of lean around you as he kind of pats you on the shoulder. And then he sets something of his own in the bowl. It's a ribbon. A black one. He stands up. He's quiet as he looks down at it. And then as he turns around to leave, the bowl, all three of them, suddenly glow with a mild but definitely hot flame that rises out of the bowls up toward the center flaming hammer. And you watch as your offerings burn away. The hammer seems to be wreathed in fire, and all of you feel assured, as if your offerings were appreciated. Mechanically, for the next day, all of you are under the effects of the Bless spell.
Yay!
Wow.
Thanks.
nice.
Hashtag blessed.
Oh my God.
Hashtag blessed.
Which means you have a D4 that you can add to basically anything.
Hell yeah!
Alright, let's go find some more goblins to murder. Get that body count up.
Say again, Tess.
Do I know anything about that ribbon? Is that familiar to me at all?
Roll a history check.
$21.
It's familiar to you. You think you remember seeing it before, but not for a long time. You remember it vividly in your father's hand.
Is it something I associate with my dad more than Cal?
No. It doesn't... You don't think it means anything to your father. And you don't know what it means to Cal. But you remember seeing it before, and when you saw it, it was in your father's hand.
Okay. Good to know.
We've been traveling for a little bit since the end of the fight, right?
Yeah, a few
It's a
hours.
short rest.
Okay, yeah. Never mind.
Are you considering drawing another deck?
No.
Okay. So, as you've found a shrine to Viela, you made an offering, and it was accepted, and so you all were blessed. As you consider on your journey, or continue, it is getting dark, and it is now perhaps time to consider where you might take camp.
I would help with that endeavor.
I hope so.
I'd sniff out a good spot. Or try to.
Roll survival.
Guidance.
I'm blessed.
Oh, you're blessed. You don't need that.
I'm
guidance.
hashtag blessed.
Can't stack guidance on bless.
You can.
Oh,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna anyways. World's best spot.
It's an
23.
alright spot.
It's a pretty darn good spot. As you are driving the carts, Claudia,
Yeah.
you hear something.
Uh-huh.
It's not a voice you recognize, but it feels familiar. It's a female voice that you hear say, "Hooves hurt."
Hooves hurt?
Yes, that's what you hear.
Peanut butter?
A little louder with more confidence. "Hooves hurt."
Is that in my head, or do I hear that out loud?
It's in your head.
Do you want to turn around? Are any of the horses looking at me?
Why do you're driving?
Sorry for... You're correct.
You don't turn around.
Uh-huh.
You look toward the horses.
Yes.
3 of them are just pulling the cart as they always would, but Peanut Butter is tipping her head up and down.
Oh. How, like, have I located a spot, or am I still in the process of trying to find it?
With your 23, you're heading to a spot.
Okay. I'm gonna stop the caravan
Okay.
and say, I just need to check on the horses really quickly.
Okay.
Then I'll,
Okay.
I don't know, that's why I'm checking. I'm gonna hop down and go to peanut butter.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an animal handling check. You have advantage.
And bless.
And bless.
Hashtag.
Fucking crazy.
Not 20.
20.
Yeah.
For 27.
27. This is my horse.
You speak horse now?
Yeah, with a 27. It doesn't take long to find it. As you reach down to inspect the hooves of Peanut Butter, she holds up her left leg for you to look at it.
Oh.
Her front left hoof has a bruise on it,
Oh.
which usually happens if a shoe is improperly attached to the hoof. And as you look at it, the shoe is a little bit loose.
Do I have the knowledge to fix this? I'm only proficient in leatherworkers' tools.
Artie probably does.
Yeah,
You
so-
definitely know an artificer who would know exactly how to fix a horseshoe.
Artie,
Yeah.
can you help me look at this shoe, please? I think it needs to be fixed.
Okay, but you gotta watch the horse, because if that motherfucker kicks me,
Artie, if you touch this horse, I will rip your head off.
Well, you
Can't
go
fix it
flying
if-
so far.
can't fix it if I can't touch it.
You
I
hear
will
in your
fix it.
head,
Hey.
won't. Hoof hurts.
She's not gonna hurt you. Come down here.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay, I trust you, Claudia.
Yeah.
I don't trust. I don't trust.
Kicks you in the face.
Okay, I'll go and help.
I'll keep a hand on the horse, just like as a show of like I'm holding it back from Artie if it tries to strike, but I'm actually just reassuring.
He
the
goes
horse.
up kind of cautiously, like, as he's doing. He's kind of like leaning over away, but he'll attempt to fix the horseshoe.
Peanut Butter, like, rests and nuzzles her head and snout up against the back of your head, Claudia,
Oh, I
as
love
if trying
her.
to hold you there. Artie, this is super simple for you. It's just metal work. As you look at the hoof, even though you are wary of the horse is extremely stable. It doesn't move its foot at all as you look at it. It doesn't seem to care that it's you doing it, which is unusual. Normally horses, they don't seem to like you.
Nah,
This one doesn't seem to care.
nice.
As you look at the hoof, roll me basically Smith's tools. There's no farrier's tools in D&D, so we're just going to use Smith's tools because it's the same thing.
Intelligence plus my double proficiency.
Yeah.
Okay, so an 11.
So like a zillion.
Yeah, so plus 11 to whatever this is. Plus 11. 21.
The horse is
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Yeah.
22.
You handle it easily. You see that one of the nails, it must have gotten caught on rock as it was half pulled out. It just needs to be quickly replaced and reset.
Quick fix. I got you, Claudia. Just keep her steady just a little bit longer.
I promise I'll hold her back.
Uh-huh, I trust you. Uh-huh. Okay, I'm gonna continue fixing it.
Okay. It takes all of 5 minutes. You watch as Artie pulls the nails out, takes off the shoe, brushes off where it was loose, kind of cuts away that hurt surface of the hoof, and then puts the shoe back on and re-nails it, and it is nice and secure with a 22.
Give it a gentle, slow, little, awkward pat, and then I scurry off.
Aw.
The horse head was turning its head as if to try and nuzzle you when you ran away.
Yeah.
Aw.
Didn't
You
even notice.
fucking monster!
Didn't notice. I was scared.
Much like I couldn't leave a hanging high five, I will pet the horse in Artie's stead.
The horse is very affectionate, and you hear, "Thank you."
Yeah, let me know if there's any other problems.
What is happening in the
Oh
chat?
my god, I'm dying.
Everything's fine.
How is that horse's name Jericho? That's so weird.
We're dying at Jericho's. He's out there.
Oh my god.
Sorry. That's just perfect.
So good.
I think we broke Echo.
Laughed so hard at that it scared the dogs upstairs, and I could hear them barking.
Laughing on mute. Oh god.
Oh, it's so good.
Like the stars aligned for this joke to work.
Sorry, Echo. I'm glad peanut butter feels better.
That's so good.
That's how I feel like.
All right.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
The
It's my fault.
suffering. All
I'm about to
right.
give you my only inspiration.
Give it to you for the annoyance. Like, here, I'm sorry.
Peanut butter is tended to, and all of you are setting up camp.
Seeker?
Yep.
You wanted to come hunting with me?
Right? He just stands up and stretches.
Yes, I'll pat him on the back and give him the blessing of the trickster.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Thank you.
We'll bring
Right,
back
well,
something to eat. I don't know if it'll be deer, but it'll be something.
Good luck.
Don't
Or you
use
pat-
acid arrow.
I pat
No.
Claudia on the back, but I don't cast anything. Just good.
Aw, just reassurance.
Roll survival with advantage because Seeker's helping you.
And remember that you're
Not
blessed.
amazing. Not amazing. 13. Oh,
Blessed.
and I'm blessed. Thank you. Thank you.
Hashtag
Thank
blessed.
you. Hashtag blessed.
A 15.
It's a decent roll.
It takes you maybe an hour, but you do come back with a doe,
A deer?
a female deer.
Female deer.
Yes. Okay, actually, while we're walking back, I'm assuming Seeker probably has the whole ass deer just slung over her shoulder because he's massive.
Yep.
Claudia would look up at Seeker and she would say, "How come you're not eating any of the food that Ori makes for us?
Alright, well, I don't trust her.
I mean, you've only known us for like a day longer, maybe 2.
If I eaten any food you've made,
Not really made any food.
well, I wouldn't if you did. Until I trust you and know one day you're just not gonna poison me.
Is this like a reoccurring problem for you, or you just get poisoned sometimes?
No, but when you make the kind of friends I've made, you definitely will keep your eyes open.
Are you implying that you've made a lot of people mad?
Yes, you could say that.
And you think Ori might be one of them?
Might not be one of them. Might be hired by someone. Who knows?
Can I ask who would hire someone to try to poison you?
A lot of different folks would.
A lot.
I just say a lot because I don't have a real number for you.
So you seemed a little upset when you found out that a dragon had been following us, and we didn't tell you anything about that.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think there's like maybe like a weird kind of irony in the fact that you're not going to tell us who's trying to poison you?
No, because the difference be if I tell them that I'm using you, you're free to go, and my death is my hands. A dragon does not care.
First of all, we didn't know about the dragon, and the second part of that is, what if they kill us before you can tell them that you're not related to us?
Oh, right. Well, then that's a problem.
So maybe we should be prepared ahead of time if you have enemies?
I guess you'll know it when they show up then, huh?
What are you gonna do when you're out of food?
You think I'm not gonna take some of this deer before you all cook it?
That's fair. Good talk, Seeker.
Is that all you wanted to say?
It's not really a conversation if you're not giving me anything.
What do you want? You want secrets? Like,
Secrets? Maybe the truth.
which is a secret?
Why
What,
is
you
it
want
a
me to
secret?
tell you people are following me because I murdered a fuckload of people? Is that what you want?
Is that the truth?
If I said that, would that be enough?
If I believed you.
I have killed people, and people are coming for me for that.
Insight check.
Roll the appropriate rolls. Boy,
Get a 1
he's
and
tough
think he's
cracker.
a LARPer.
You don't
Yeah.
gotta roll.
Never killed a single person in his life.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
I rolled
folk
real
sword.
bad too, so
It's probably better than mine, though.
Claudia, you believe that
He believes it.
Seeker's impossible to read. He could be telling the truth. He could be lying. That is one hell of a poker face.
He's just kind of like not really making a poker face at all.
Okay, well, how about this? What's the likelihood of someone just stopping us in the middle of the road tomorrow and being like, Seeker, we've come for you?
very unlikely.
How about in the next 6 months?
It's possible. More likely than not, I think.
Will you only be honest with me when something bad happens?
No, I'll be more honest with you once I know you better.
I can respect that.
Claudia, when you return to camp, what sort of mood are you in?
Thoughtful?
Okay.
Like, she's curious about what Seeker's whole deal is, but after the conversation, she's kind of accepted that he hasn't earned his life story, and that everybody has their
Would you
shit going
say-
on.
Would you say that Claudia's annoyed by that, or just...
I think she wouldn't be annoyed because she gets it. She might be frustrated.
Okay.
Like, I wish I knew, but I get why he's not telling me. And she's frustrated that that's just the reality she has to deal with until he trusts them better.
All right. When the two of you get back, you notice Peanut Butter is kind of stomping in place.
My horse. I would go check on her.
Since Seeker's carrying the meat, I'm assuming he'll manage to hand it off.
She seems fine. She just seems testy.
Well, she spoke to me in my head, so Claudia's gonna try that by saying,
Are you okay?
Cranky, hungry.
Hungry? I can fix that.
she's gonna go get some food for the horses.
Okay.
She's just accepted that this horse can talk to her.
Sure.
No question. She might try to broach the subject later, but everybody's like having a good time, cooking food together, and she's just like, yeah, I can feed the horses.
Ori, why don't you
Peanut
go
Butter's
ahead...
hungry.
Ori, why don't you go ahead and roll a cooking check for the venison? Real
Okay.
I
my
gotta
God,
do the cooking by the book.
Guidance.
Okay, wait. Okay,
And
I've guidance,
blessed.
and I'm blessed.
And
Are we supposed
be
to
a
be
damn good-
stealthy right now, or are we just camping?
No, come on. No.
Well, we're in we have a dome, I'm assuming. If you
I mean,
put the dome up.
I haven't cast it yet because it doesn't last that long.
With a 16, you cook the venison. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
You seem
I
awful
mean-
disappointed by that 16.
Yes. She's despondent.
Oh.
Some of it's burned.
Oh, don't be so despondent. This looks delicious.
But I had Seeker did the breakdown of the meat, and he took some to dry and make rations with.
Aren't you sweet to say so? You can use the fire in the cook pot if you'd like, Seeker. You can use my tools.
No, they have poison.
What?
Nothing in feeding the horses.
Alright, I appreciate the offer, but maybe next
Ellen
time.
is gonna play the panpipe.
Okay.
Just
I have a question. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Belen.
I mean, she's not really playing anything in particular, but since we're not really in hiding, and we're here with a fire and a cook pot, just like after dinner, she's just doing a little jaunty, brightly sort of. Sure.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna roll.
I don't know how to react to that. I really don't.
What are you rolling? How far?
D3 for the sending.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. 3.
So we got our charges back.
Yeah.
So when I open my bag to get out my cooking tools and put them away, I
You
clean
hide
them
the
up, put them
poison.
away.
Oh.
Yep.
Yes. I carefully wipe the poison away without touching it. And then Ori finds the little painting in her bag. I'm smart enough to probably figure out it was Velen, right?
Well, you saw she shit sleight of handed
Oh
that.
yeah,
into the
my
bag.
sleight
Oh,
of hand
that's
was
true, I
really
noticed
bad.
it.
You saw her put it in there, but maybe it's
Like
your
you
first time
might not
looking
have
at it fully.
processed it. Like
Or
yeah, it's a little copy.
You
of the
likely
phone
didn't see exactly what it was,
Right.
but you saw her put something in there.
And I think Ori was kind of braced for it to be maybe something weird or, like, oh, we just met
Look,
this
it's a
person, we
dick.
don't trust it, right? Or, I don't know, something strange, but it's very sweet. And she's like kind of stops and looks at it and looks up at Velen. And she's like, did you paint this for me?
Did I paint what?
And
I
she
didn't do
shows it. No,
Must be
that's a
magic.
shame. Whoever did this had a lot of talent.
Yeah,
Dang.
clearly.
Say,
I did it.
in that case, Artie, I'd like to tell you it's one of the most touching things I've ever received.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're such a sweetheart.
I'm kidding. I'm lying. I didn't do it. It sounded like a good time to get some.
I know, dear. I know.
Some, yeah. I just needed that.
But
Thank
honestly, you've all been very welcoming and sweet. It's kind of a nice surprise.
Belen's gonna go
No.
over and give Artie a hug
Oh,
because he needed that flattery so badly. He lied about
did.
making the painting. So
Kid, I'm sorry for taking credit. Yeah, you know it was yours,
okay.
but
it's okay.
I couldn't keep lying.
It was very cute, honestly.
I'm gonna go turn this doll into an explosive.
Yeah, that sounds
Uh,
horrifying. You go do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Artie, before you do, can I actually talk to you? Can I ask you?
Yeah,
something?
yeah, of course.
Tess will go off. Follow him.
You good?
I'm glad you liked it. It was just a thing. Sorry,
Impulse.
I didn't mean to interrupt.
You're good.
Yeah.
No, you were doing a thing. Keep going.
That was it. That was all. That is the amount of expressiveness that Velen has on the subject
That's
of
true.
I think that
Stop looking at me.
Ori is not looking at her. She's tucking it away carefully, and she's like,
Yeah.
I think that the sort of heart that has an impulse to do something like that for a stranger is a good one, and one that should be proud and protected. And then she will get up and walk away, so as not to embarrass Velen further.
Aww.
This is like the perfect amount of interaction for Velen. She's like, I got a compliment. I don't have to respond to it. This is great.
How all social interactions should go.
Yeah.
Hey, Artie.
Yeah, everything good?
Do you think you could maybe make something to help Velen break out of those web traps?
You know, she sure
my God.
seems to get stuck in web traps quite often now that I'm thinking back on it.
Happening, but I know it upsets her, and I'm upset that it keeps happening to her. There's
Yeah.
got to be some way. There's got to be something, right?
I got a couple
You can make
things.
something.
Yeah, I can either
Yeah.
make something that kind of just explodes with fire off the back of it so it lights the web on fire and she just falls out.
As long
web-
as it doesn't hurt her, also.
Yeah, no, I probably shouldn't. I can also make something that, well, webs are sticky, so I could probably make something that secretes some oil that acts as a solvent, so that's not sticky anymore. Yeah. Let me see what I got. I might not
Artie's
have the...
fantastic lube pants.
Velen, you're gonna need to wear this. You're gonna be greasy 24/7, but I promise you, you will not get stuck in any webs.
We just need to grease Velen for every fight. You were right,
Oh,
Rock.
good. Okay, this is good. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, I might not have all the materials here. I could check the bag, but I could definitely get
Awesome.
something.
So what you're
a
saying
mix
is
of
that we need several gallons of Jello.
Yeah.
Just like a shit ton of oil of slipperiness.
Yeah.
Also, we have our crystals back. You know, we have our. I think we said we were going to talk to maybe the mayor about the dragon situation. And I don't have sending today from Jamino, but I had a thought. If I have some juice left over tomorrow, would you want to say hi to Tarly?
Fuck yeah. Oh my god. I forgot
Okay.
that was even an option.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder how he's doing.
I can't right now, but it occurred to me, and I figured that might make you happy.
Maybe I could help him balance his books and everything. I know it kind of gets a mess when I'm not there, and
25 words, but we can try.
yeah.
Because
Even
you
let him
think
know.
about
Think
that.
about him. Yeah. Oh, I got it. I'm gonna
Hey,
tell him
can
hi,
I
and I
ask-
miss him, and I love him.
Can I ask?
Yeah.
You bonded with him real quick, and you don't usually bond with people that quick. What is it about him?
It's Tarly. Come on, like look at the guy. He's awesome. Okay. That voice and just the warmth that I felt from him on the first greeting when I first saw him, it was just natural. I mean, how can you not love the guy? I don't know how everybody doesn't spend all of their money at his shop every day in town. And the guy's awesome. He's got a good heart,
Artie,
and you could tell.
do you have a crush on him?
Like a romantic crush? No. No, he's just an awesome person.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's one of. I'm not gonna say he's my best friend. No,
No,
your title.
okay. Okay, it's okay.
Good
If he's your
friend.
best
He's a different kind of friend, you know. I know that made it sound like I do have a crush on him, but I don't.
Yeah, it kind of does. Kind of does.
I love the guy. Don't get me wrong.
Like, it's okay if you have a crush on him. I'm just
He's
saying.
so much bigger than me. I don't know how that
On
works.
a crush.
He's gonna crush you.
He'd crush me. Yeah.
Okay.
Your face.
I just, you know,
Yeah.
I was curious. That's all.
I mean, if I went that way, I would definitely have a crush on him. That's for sure.
I'm glad he makes you so happy. Like, in whatever context it is that he makes you happy. And he taught you some stuff about talking to people, and that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, he's all around a good guy.
Okay. So are you.
Yeah, thanks. So are you. I'm just getting so many compliments today. Today's a good day.
You're
Maybe get this.
Sometimes too. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna let you
Yeah, I'm gonna go make an
just,
explosive doll.
make some solvent for Velen and make that doll explode,
Mhm.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it little legs too. I'm just gonna cut it out. I'm gonna put some cogs in there, a little wind up, so it can walk at people, and then boom.
It's gonna be fantastically creepy. It's gonna be.
Mhm.
I'm sorry that I tried to. Like, I was sure it was cursed. It looked real weird.
I mean,
Jamino thinks I'm paranoid, rightfully.
it's cool. I'm glad that I have somebody like you. I didn't even think about that. Who thinks about a doll being cursed? That's a weird thing to think about.
I don't want, I don't want it to hurt you. That's all.
Hmm?
Okay, I'm gonna let you go work. I'm gonna give him some guidance. Slap him on the back, give him some guidance.
Okay.
Go back to us.
And yeah, I'm gonna do what I said. I'm gonna kind of carefully cut up pieces of the porcelain. I'm gonna put little brackets inside. Somehow, some way. I don't fucking know because I don't know how to do this shit in real life. Maybe some cogs, wind it up. And I don't know how I'm gonna make it explosive yet. Do you have what do you call gunpowder in this world? Is it black powder? I think
It's gunpowder or black powder.
it's just gunpowder, black powder.
Both
I
works.
guess.
I don't think I have any black powder on me, but I'm gonna load it up with sharp thing inside.
Shrapnel.
Yes, I'm gonna make it like a grenade.
Christ. A walking grenade.
Yeah.
So, you do have alchemist's fire.
Oh, I do.
So cram
I
that
have
in your chest
a lot
cavity.
of banisite
my
too.
God.
Can I do it magically?
Yes.
How much banisite would it take?
Jesus Christ.
For an explosive, its damage will be determined by how much banisite you use.
Make a nuke.
50 gold worth? Do some damage?
It would be a
You can even
decent
pump us.
explosive, yeah.
Okay. 75.
with
I got like
So-
250 gold to bandicite.
50 gold of Banasite would make it a 46 explosive.
Okay.
75 gold of Banasite would make it a 66 explosive.
Let's do 100 gold.
That 8d6
Perfect.
fire. It's 8d6 damage that is both fire and force.
Cool. Works for me. And I'm going to put the Alchemist Fire in there as well.
Okay.
So that it burns them afterward. I'm going to take out of my own cut one of the gems, and I'm going to make a jeweler's tool, and I'm going to chisel them down into 2 little, like, I guess emerald or sapphire, I don't care which one, sapphires, let's say I'm going to use, and I'm going to make 2 eyes for it. So perfectly cut sapphire gem eyes.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Hey,
Sure
same.
is.
And it's going to light up blue when that thing goes off, because the bandicite.
Okay. I need to understand the mechanism of this doll. How does it move?
So what I'm gonna do is, I can either put some. So under the dress, I'm gonna just pretty much have like 2 little wooden legs with little feet that I'm gonna carve out. I'm gonna have some cogs, and I'm gonna have a wind up. So it's just gonna be like a wind up to walk a
Toddles
straight
in and then
amount.
boom.
Okay.
And after it goes, let's say, I'm gonna say it walks 25 feet, and after that thing ticks off, that's what's gonna trigger the explosion.
Okay. Roll me Alchemist's tools.
So plus 11,
Roll it.
plus. Yep. Oh, I don't like that. I'm gonna use my only inspiration for this.
Okay.
That's even worse. Okay, so it's gonna be a 14 plus a 2d4 because of blessing guidance. So 19.
You rolled a 3 and still got a 19.
With a 19, you create it successfully, but I need you to write the modifier fragile.
Oh no.
Oh no!
I can't wait for Ari to accidentally kill one of the party members.
Okay.
Oh no!
Okay, I gotcha.
If it works as it is supposed to, it will spend a turn moving to a point you identify, and once it reaches that point, it will explode.
Perfect.
While it is moving to that point, if an enemy decides to attack it, it will provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
And you're not sure what will happen if it is attacked.
Oh, it's blowing up. Yep. Got it. So 8d8 force and fire, you said?
Yes.
8d8. Jesus
This
Christ.
is the fucking artiest thing. I love this. So
I do too.
it's
Perfect,
definitely
thank
going to kill one of us, but I love it so much.
It's gonna hurt somebody. Okay. Got it.
When it explodes, anything within its radius, which I know how big it is,
Okay. I don't. I like
has
that.
a chance to become immolated.
What does that
Yeah.
mean?
On
Lit
fire. Aggressively on
With
fire.
flames.
So typically Alchemist's fire burns for 1d6 a round. Immolation is more aggressive.
Thanks. Keep that in the bag of holding until you need it.
Yep,
Or
it's in
someone's
the
gonna
bag of holding.
sit on it and
All
be
of fire.
destroyed.
The whole thing is gonna, yeah.
You have
Hey,
made a
hey,
doll
you-
bomb.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Artie's dolly bomb.
A doll bomb.
A Dom, if you will.
A dom. Ugh. No thanks.
I was just yelling at Heimdall because sometimes we call him
A
doll.
doll bomb.
But he's not even looking at me, so let's move on.
Alright, so after that crafting is finished, we're going to go ahead and go to a camp watch order. Now, I'd like to know if there's anybody who wants to have a conversation with anyone in particular. Otherwise, we're just going to head and go through watch.
Yes. I want to be on whatever watch Claudia is on.
Look at that.
Second watch then.
You're there.
I
Anybody
would like
else?
to keep I would like to keep watch with Cal, if that's possible.
Okay. Which
Aw,
watch are
you
you
should-
on?
You need to smoosh Cal and Ori together.
I mean, Ori can do it if she wants to, instead of me.
Well, it sounds like you wanted to talk to Cal.
Kind of do, but like if Ori
But-
is kind of like if Ori is sort of like shuffling on in there,
I
like
got nothing for the night. Go ahead.
Tess would let that happen.
Okay, so we'll take their fourth watch. Does that work for you?
Yep.
Okay, so Artie, you're on first watch. Velen, what watch are you on?
I was just gonna see which one didn't have people and then go to it. So
At the moment, it's third.
then that's where I'm going.
Ori, which watch are you taking? You're either with Artie, or you're with Velen, or you're stacking with two others.
I could stack with Artie and Velen, or they could go together, and it doesn't matter. Ori meditates for 4 hours and then writes a travel article.
For her blog.
Well, Artie's on first and Velen's on third.
Oh, okay, that doesn't work.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pick one.
Do you want to be my friend?
Velen's fine.
All right,
Damn.
Artie, you're
I
on
got
first watch by yourself.
Oh god, we've made a mistake.
They trust me so much.
We do. I hope
do.
that your doll does not explode us in the night.
Nah, that's in a different dimension. It'll be okay.
Okay.
It just might explode in a different dimension.
Yeah.
All right,
It's gonna be pretty funny.
Artie, roll me a perception check and a D100, please.
Okay. I'm getting better at these perception checks. Never mind.
Why would
I
you
rolled
say
off
that?
an 18. Because it was on a 18 and then just tipped over.
You still have bless.
Oh,
It's true.
plus bless.
Bless you.
4.
Gesundheit.
So I did great.
Nice.
13.
12. No, 13. You're right.
88. So 13 on perception. That's better than 9.
Yeah.
88.
Can I, on my watch, and why it's relatively low, can I take some of the fat from the deer and try to make can I make like lubricant and fat? Is that a thing, or did I just make that up in my head? No, right?
You can.
You can make soap.
It requires some chemistry, but you are an alchemist, so I'll say yeah, you can. It's just going to require an alchemy check.
Okay. Two. Plus. So it's 13, 14.
You come out with you aren't as successful as you hoped you would be. You end up with about maybe 2 vials worth of oil
Okay.
and a whole lot of soap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I actually created soap.
It doesn't smell great.
Shitty soap.
Like, it'll clean stuff, but it'll smell unpleasant.
Yeah,
Like deer.
Yeah,
Yep.
a bit like deer fat.
yeah, no sense to it. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay, hold on.
Shit, alchemy was always Rick's thing.
Oh.
With an 88 and a perception of 13, your watch goes by without incident.
Everything is great.
Well done. Next watch. Seeker and Claudia. You are awakened by the slightly, just a little bit rancid smell of emulsifier, soap, and oil. It's not great.
What's
I've
that?
I'm not
You
gonna
guys need to-
question it.
It's soap. If you need to clean anything, so clean it.
Okay.
And what cost though?
No, I won't charge you. You can just use it if you want.
You can have an inspiration point for that, dude.
That was
One
good.
back.
That was good.
He just woke up and he's already defeated.
Oh no.
Thank you, RT.
My pleasure. Man, all peaceful out there, not a fucking animal in the woods.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
Do you need anything from us, Echo?
Yeah. I need a perception check and a D100, please. I figured you might have a conversation first, but by all means, we can
I'm
go.
gonna do it after.
Ah, okay.
Oh, are you? But what if something happens?
Well, then something happens.
We'll die.
What if there's a horse in the distance?
Oh God! I have to go get it.
You can roll perception with advantage. Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost horse. A
'Cause I'm
gorse.
not-
Horse.
I'm not
Your
good at
horse is finally
deception.
here.
Stop it!
I'm gonna slap by.
The
23
23.
is my roll for perception. Does 86 not work?
It doesn't work. Please,
All right.
please
Try
reroll
again.
that. That doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Now I wish we knew what it
83.
was.
83. With those perception rolls of a 21?
I rolled. No, it's a 23. I rolled at advantage. My higher
Oh,
roll
I
was
see.
23, and then I had the.
Okay. With a 23, you notice it is a full moon.
Fuck.
Oh shit.
Oh, woo.
That's not a problem, right? Is this baby's first full moon? No, it's been 3 months since
Mm-hmm.
my first
Oh, wow.
transformation. How does it usually go?
God, we weren't tracking this. Oh God.
I would like
No, I
you.
No, oh, boo. Bad.
I would like you to roll me a con save, Claudia.
Oh, I eat Seeker. Eat Seeker missile.
No.
Sent you a message, Echo.
I sent you one as well.
What's happening here?
You have a plus. You have plus?
Oh, right.
Claudia's close to me, so you get the plus.
Oh,
Plus 4.
Jesus, yeah, 19 plus 4 then, 23 for my con save.
One second.
The full moon seems to have no adverse effects on you tonight. The moonlight is comforting. It's easy to see.
No,
It is
oh,
cold.
woo.
No awoo.
No, oh.
Yes.
It's bedtime, not a woo time.
No, time.
Oh. Sad awoo. Okay. No fucking awoo.
It's late, it's not a woo time, it's woo time. Go to the fuck to bed.
Okay.
Alright, so, yeah, as we're sitting there, Seeker will go. Alright, you got one question. Make it count.
One question. This is just a clarifying question. If I ask a clarifying question, will it count as my one question? Oh shit, is that my question?
Nah. he just kind of puts his fingers on the bridge of his nose. No, just what is it?
I kind of get the sense that you're kind of like, Tess. You kind of like a holy thing going on, right? Is that wrong?
It's
I'm not really-
right, half wrong.
Okay. And Tess's whole thing is Jamino. She wears the symbol of it. She talks about her all the time. Do you have something like that?
I do. It's not really a god per se. It's more so my own desires and what I seek to do that powers what I can do.
It's an interesting choice of words. What is your whole thing then? What?
That's a very broad question.
Well, okay, so Tess worships Jamino and her whole thing is change.
Mhm.
Can you put it as simple as that for me?
I guess you could say my whole thing is revenge.
That's pretty intense.
In the simplest terms possible, that is.
And you want revenge on something or someone.
In no specific terms, that's correct.
Can you be more specific? In more specific terms?
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh, I'm very persuasive.
DC's 15.
Persuasion.
Oh.
21.
Alright, well, I suppose you could say I'm trying to dismantle a cult.
Dismantle a cult.
Hmm.
Okay. Does it make you feel better if you heard that we have kind of... I don't know if we dismantled it, but we messed with it.
Well, what do you mean by that?
There was a cult in the forest. It was causing a lot of problems for the natural order of things, nature itself.
Hmm.
And all of us kind of went in there and got rid of a lot of the cultists and stopped whatever they were doing. We're not quite sure what they were doing, but Saren.
Saren, you say?
Yeah, she had a foothold in the Goldwood, but we kind of kicked her out.
I need a charisma saving throw from you, Seeker.
Oh, okay.
Very charismatic.
24.
That's pretty good.
You feel pain in the back of your hand. Sharp pain. And Claudia, you notice that he almost instinctually rubs the back of his wrist.
You okay?
Right, it's time to earn your badge of trust, lass.
Okay.
And you don't tell a single one of these people you call comrades. And he'll take the bandage off and he'll look at the mark you got.
It is bleeding.
Are you okay?
See that cut into the back of his hand. And not by a blade. Not by anything. It's much too wide. It looks as though the flesh was scraped away. It is a shape of the mark of Saren.
Oh.
Hello. Can you kind of give me more words on that?
Don't know what this is.
You don't know that symbol?
Well, I know the symbol. I don't know why it's there.
Baron
Mm-hmm.
has marked you.
Well, I can see that.
You're not the first person I've seen marked by Saren.
What's that mean?
My brother had a mark.
What is he now? Oh wait, never mind. We've been over this. He knows. He knows
Yeah,
that he's
you know.
dead. He didn't say that then. What'd he do about it?
Someone with quite a bit of power to her removed the curse.
Hmm.
How long have you had that?
How long have we been on the road for?
A week and a half.
Yeah.
I think 3 or 4 days.
Is this your first run-in with Saren?
Remember, I'm trying to break a cult down.
Her cult.
Bingo.
Is this like a specific people hurt you and you want to revenge on them, or are you trying to stop her altogether? I don't understand.
I guess I'll let you figure that out yourself then.
Are you gonna
This
want our
one
help?
question turned into quite a few.
Are you gonna want our help?
I don't know. Probably not. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
You said you want revenge.
Well, of course. I don't know you all that well. I'm not sure you'll even want to go ankle deep into a cult and risk your lives for something you don't even know.
Well, we've been more than ankle deep with Saren before.
Not by choice, I assume.
Yes and no. We knew it had to be done. It was the right thing to do.
Maybe in due time. To see how y'all...
I won't
see.
tell anyone unless I think it's gonna cause harm.
You see just this look of like almost solace crosses his face. I suppose that's fair enough.
Thank you for telling me.
Like I said, this is your, I guess you could say, trial of trust.
Okay. Should probably cover that though. It's bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, and I'll wrap it back up. I think it's time to wake the next two up.
Yeah.
Ori and Velen.
Or yelling.
That's
I
a good
actually
name.
like that name.
Yeah.
Hi.
Howdy.
Duty.
I'd like a perception check and a D100 from you guys, please.
Okay.
If you don't mind.
I guess I should roll the d4 of less on that perception.
I can't log in to
Oh, no.
Laundry.
It shows you're still connected. Do you need me to kick you?
Please, yes. Yes.
Alright, try again.
But I can just give Velen. I can help Velen. Should
Alright.
roll again until I get logged in.
Sure. Velen, you have advantage.
Okay, we're gonna go with the first roll. Because that was like 23 and then a 2. And then the D100.
We are staying in the 80s.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
88, 86, 83, 82.
Okay.
Velen sounds perplexed.
You see, Velen, as you and Ori are having your watch, it's snowing. It's cold. As it is snowing, one of the snowflakes stands out to you. It's not a snowflake. It's a brilliant, shining silver leaf. You watch as it slowly drifts down. Do you catch it before it hits the ground?
Yeah.
It comes to rest in your hand.
Velen is holding this silver leaf cupped in her hands and she's staring at it in confusion.
Wasn't that pretty? Did it look up? Are we like under a big tree?
Yeah, are there any
Silver leaf?
trees around here that could remotely have a silver leaf?
No.
Uh... Alright, this is gonna look weird, Velen says, and then she gets up and starts doing a ritual interpretive dance and casting Identify on
I thought
her.
you were gonna eat it.
It resists your identification.
Ori, who knows the spell Identify, just watches. It's a good way to do this.
So
Oh,
Velen
this is
comes to the end of her dance and she still doesn't fucking know what this leaf is, and she's like, what?
Perhaps it's a gift from another plane, or... I don't know. Is it religious in some way? Who has a leaf?
Velen
Probably a lot of
is going to like do a deep inhale and she's going to look up into the snow and she's going to go, this can't be from you.
You hear in your mind, what? No. I wouldn't waste my time with such frivolity.
Right, so what
Or-
is it?
Ori also says, what?
You say, what is it? And in your mind you're here. I don't know. It's not my business.
Well, what does it
Well,
feel
it's-
like?
Well, it's not my god.
Hmm.
He says he wouldn't waste his time. Which
Who
is,
said that to you? Just now?
oh yeah,
Oh.
it's on brand. Yeah, I don't know what this is. It's very pretty.
Well, it's a... Well, there's worse surprises we can have in the middle of what?
Velen is gonna go into her stuff and like root around until she finds some of her like costume clothes, until she finds like a ribbon or something, and then she's going to try to tie the leaf off in a ribbon and then put it in her hair,
Aw, cute.
Okay.
so that
Yeah,
she will
but-
now be adorned with a leaf that she has no idea what it is.
You should
But
press
it's
it first
tiny.
and let it dry, and then it will be,
Why? Okay.
But it's
Before-
definitely a magic leaf. Like, I don't know what kind of magic leaf, but like, if it weren't magic, it couldn't resist my Identify dance.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna choose to believe it's some kind of good luck charm, and I'm gonna wear it because it's pretty.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Does-
golden leaf.
Does it look like anything familiar to me? I mean,
So, roll me a history check,
okay.
but the DC's pretty high, because these are
Okay.
not common.
Yeah, for sure.
They're in fact rare enough that one might consider them a miracle.
Oh. Those miracles.
A 19!
Wait, I'm gonna do my bless too. I'm still blessed.
Okay. A 20. No.
I don't know. It's a mystery. We should take it to Gnosis when we go back. Like, Ori's like, I'm just traveling back with you now.
You're committed.
I bet he would know. Oh, I bet he
I
knows
mean-
everything.
It is. I mean, it's very pretty, and I don't know much about it, but now it's in my hair.
Hmm.
That's what you should do with all pretty things.
Can't argue.
Ori,
Mm-hmm.
as you look at it, what's your passive investigation?
Oh gosh. Nothing like Artie's. 18.
18.
That's good.
That's good. With your passive investigation, as she ties it into her hair, the leaf sits flat on her platinum blonde hair. And the leaf almost blends in with it, but you do see there is a symbol on the leaf. It's not super obvious, but as you look close at it, you see there is... the veins of the leaf come together in the shape of a six-sided snowflake. And then they open up in the shape of a sun inside that.
Oh, that's lovely. Wait, hold it right there. Don't move, Velen. She takes
Velen
out her journal and draws what she sees.
Okay. You draw that symbol.
Yeah. Huh. Look, just there, you can see the veins kind of make a sigil or a symbol.
I think I know what that is, but I don't think Velen knows what that is. I guess I could have her roll.
You could have her roll. That's a thing you can do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
For those curious, it looks like this.
Ooh. I'm curious.
Ooh.
Okay.
Religion. You see it. You're pretty sure that's the symbol of one of the greater deities. A symbol of Breza.
Rizza, yeah. Well,
She's the goddess of winter and summer.
Wummer.
Simmer.
Swinter.
okay.
Simmer.
Simmer. The goddess of Simmer.
Simmering goddess. That's pretty dope.
Well, that's really neat.
Hmm.
I never felt touched by Breza before. I wonder why she's taken an interest. Velena is going to just offer a short prayer in thanks for her grace. It's a shiny leaf and it's very pretty, and she is just gonna be like, "Hey, thanks." I guess let me like actually word this. Instead of just saying like, "Hey, thanks."
Okay.
Hey, thanks.
Neato. Okay.
Lady of Winter and Summer, thank you for the grace of your gift. It's a miracle that comes unexpected and twice treasured thereby.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Love to see it for Bard.
I guess I should roll the bless on this too, huh?
Perhaps.
We're out here and God's just fucking loving all up on us.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. The gods are super
Well,
into us
either.
right now.
The dice, you've rolled them. What do you want
Yeah.
from me?
24.
On the 24. The air stills around you. And suddenly you feel that same feeling that when you're by a warm fire, perhaps with one of Drenier's hot chocolates in your hands. It's a feeling of comfort. And you smell the warm air coming in over the trees. And as you remember this, sit here feeling this, you hear, "This is rare that I hear from the daughter of the Lord. You are polite."
Well, that's not his fault, but I try.
You are welcome. Live in peace.
I'll try, lady. Thank you.
Sorry to this God, that's not gonna happen.
And as the breeze passes over your cheeks, the moment is gone as quickly as it began. And you find yourself back, sitting at the campsite.
Whew. That was wild. She talked to me.
Oh. Well, you're just all sorts of God touched, aren't you?
Well, Dawes talks to me all the time, but that's blood.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
He's family.
Hmm.
It's an Asmar thing.
But is that all it is?
It's. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Once I would have said yeah.
Well, maybe it means you're open to it being a bit more. Maybe he is too.
Maybe. We exasperate each other, but I think that's also a family thing.
Yes, that does sound like family.
Yes,
But-
yes. Of course it is.
Well, never mind.
Is he doing it right now?
Oh yeah,
That's wild.
I'm a trial to him.
You just hear a resounding sigh.
But without great trials, how would one become great?
Through convenience and taking advantage of others.
I know, but that's not my vibe, man. Anyway,
Such a disappointment.
Well, I suppose at least you don't have to worry about getting lonely.
Ha ha. Ha ha.
he thinks that's very funny.
I am very funny.
I've been
I wasn't being funny though.
I've been pretty lonely at times, and he's gotten to live with me through all of that. But it's my bed I made, you know, and my path I walked.
think I might.
Yeah. This
So-
is wild. This gift from Breza. I'm gonna have to think about that,
It's beautiful.
isn't it?
What did she say?
She thanked me for being courteous.
Always good.
Well, I don't know that it was necessarily directed at me that she thanked me for being courteous, but it was kind of funny.
Why
And,
wouldn't it be? A dig at your god. I see.
Yeah. He's a lot of things. I don't know that tact is one of them. But, yeah. Neat. Very neat.
Very neat. Well, I feel lucky just to be sitting here with somebody so blessed.
Aw. I actually don't know how to react to that at all.
Alright,
You
let's
broke
just-
her.
Do you want to just wake your friend up then?
Yeah, okay. Thanks, man. You get it.
As it's now Tess and Cal's watch.
And Felon's wearing the fucking leaf on her head.
Tess, what's your passive perception?
20.
Yeah, you see it.
Oh, Ori shows her a good drawing. She figures Tess would be interested. She's like, look what Velen got.
Blessed by a miracle. That's really rare.
Yeah. She was really nice about it.
Yeah. It's beautiful on you. You wear it well.
Oh, thanks. I'm touched and confused, and now I'm going to bed. Nothing
Yeah,
else happened,
yeah.
though.
Yes,
I
it's
think-
sleep.
Touched and confused.
I think that's a song by Red Zeppelin. Something like that.
Yes.
Mm.
I love it.
Oh, God.
You get inspiration,
Okay.
Echo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cal gets inspiration.
Echo points.
Very good, very good.
I can't award myself points. What would I do with them?
Kill us.
Yeah, use them for your villain.
like when you play Marvel cards and the Doom cards go to the GM to use to hurt you.
Noted.
Anyway, sorry. Felon goes to bed.
So, Cal and Tess are taking watch. Tess, you can roll perception with advantage.
Yep. Ooh, natural 20.
You miss nothing.
Noise.
Real perception tonight.
Roll me a D100.
And
78. Everything's high.
27. Yeah.
You see Breza flying in the sky.
Ah.
That's 28.
Okay. Roll me a d6.
6 dragons show up.
No.
Only
It's
one.
much stupider. Artie, high or low?
Low.
You watch, despite the frosty night, there is a flock of birds that are flying overhead, perhaps late for their hibernation. One of them, right on Artie.
Did we not make a dome?
If you made a dome, then
It would just
You-
hit the dome.
you would just see a splat of bird crap hit
Directly
the top of the
over
dome.
my face.
We were historically making the dome.
Which is
I
the best
missed
part
that.
is his mouth is probably wide open and drooling. So lucky the dome was there.
I'm sorry, I didn't actually say that we made the dome. It was happening in my brain, but we never actually said it.
Well then, Artie,
Knowing.
They wouldn't have woke
You
me
just
up
got
anyways.
shit on.
you did indeed get crapped on by a bird flying overhead.
I'll stop at you.
That is what you rolled.
I'm
You were
I'm gonna giggle.
doo doo.
I'm gonna giggle at that.
Not
And
the
then I'm
most
gonna-
exciting table event, but
look over at Cal and say, Can I ask you about the offering?
I'm sure you can ask me. What would you like to know?
I remember it in Dad's hands. That's all.
Well, you know I've known your father for a long time. We go way back.
Never quite knew how long or why, but yeah.
Well, it's that ribbon was a gift to your father. He received it while we were in Priscillis.
Gift from you?
No, it was a trinket given to him by, well, by a courtesan. While me and your father were in Priscillis, we did a couple favors for a boarding house. Some of them were a little more lascivious than others, and I was a little more comfortable with fluidity back then, and
Sure.
we made things easier for him. And as a gift, the delightful woman running the house gave your father that ribbon, and I don't think it was magical, but I do know that it meant a lot to her, and it meant a good amount to your father. And he gave it to me when he hung up his belt,
His belt.
his
Like,
sword
when he
belt.
stopped. Okay. When was this?
When he gave me the ribbon, maybe
When he got-
7 years ago.
Okay. Okay. But when did he get it? This person, how much, like, they were close?
I mean, that's not for me to say. There was definitely some. They seemed comfortable with each other. He seemed to like her. Him.
But he didn't stay with her.
No. It's kind of a long story. She had a lot of clients. And your father, he was always, you know, free spirit and comfortable with that sort of thing, but she wasn't. She didn't want to stop because that was her living. And she didn't think it was fair to him. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I can't say it from... I don't know the whole story, honestly. I wasn't a party to most of their conversations, but I know she meant a lot to him.
Okay.
I know that's not the answer you're hoping for.
I'm just sorry that he was happy and then he had to stop being happy.
Yeah. Me too.
And then
But I felt it was a really poignant offering because it represented that part of his life when we were, you know, out tallying about and trying to help people and fighting things, and it was really before Jamino had set eyes on him.
there was another thing I could have given, but I didn't want to give it up. He gave me a pair of boots once, my dad. I don't wear them, but I have them. I don't know if I'm ready to let those go.
So don't. I'm not a disciple of Yella or nothing, but I know for a fact that she's about freedom and not being forced to make a choice.
Yeah. Well, thanks for telling me about him. I think there's a lot about him that I don't know. And I think when I was younger, I kind of like that because, you know, he's my dad, he's mysterious, he's the best, and I kind of liked that he had secrets, and now I can never know what they are.
Well, if you want to know about her, I know her name's Marinette. I don't know if she's still there. But maybe you could use one of those spells to reach out to her sometime if you... Maybe she can give you some answers. If she's still around.
If you describe her to me, yeah.
Oh, long black hair. Very striking ice blue eyes.
Female?
Elf. She was an elf. So, probably still around.
Okay. Thanks. I'll file that away.
The whole time you're talking, Cal has been kind of bobbling the sphere back and forth between his hands. And he, like, stops with it between both and he says, "I'm sorry, I didn't have more."
More about Dad?
Yeah. I mean, you've heard a lot of the stories. Straight out of his mouth, I'm sure.
I don't know how many of them are true. He's good at lying.
I would say probably maybe half or a quarter. It may be, you know. The one about the centaur's real.
That's the best one, so that's funny.
Yeah.
How this person isn't my mom, right?
No. No. I promise.
That's kind of tragic on its own. What'd you say her name was?
Marinette.
Alright. I don't have that spell today, but maybe tomorrow.
Sure.
Thank you. You've been very patient. And I hope you like my friends.
They are interesting. I'll say that. Some of them are pretty cute.
Oh yeah? Which ones?
Some.
Cal,
Tess.
you can't just say that and then not tell me.
Sure I can. That's our whole thing. To tantalize tessellation. That's one of my favorite pastimes.
Oh my god. You're so annoying.
I know. And he winks at you and continues bobbling the sphere back and forth.
I'm gonna shove him on the shoulder. Actually, no, I'm gonna try to catch it. I'm gonna try to catch it from between his hands.
Okay, roll me a... this is a dexterity contest.
Okay. Sleight of hand or just dex?
Straight dex.
God, my bless.
He's blessed too.
You know.
Oof.
Echo, them glasses look good on you.
I've been sending Echo messages about how handsome he looks.
I have too.
Dude, should we talk?
Yeah, I didn't send them. I sent them before you.
Cal rolled an
Look at my
18,
timestamp.
so
Okay.
you try and catch the sphere, but he flicks it high and catches it and says, You know better.
No, I don't.
Well, don't touch it.
Okay.
And as the suns begin to rise, I think perhaps it's time to get everybody up. What do you think, Ori? Ori, not Archie.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna go over to Artie. And where is the bird shit?
It's like right on his chest, just straight up over his shoulder.
I'm so sorry, Cal. I was fully absorbed in the article I was writing. I wasn't listening at all.
Oh, you weren't?
Hmm.
Cal's gonna insight check you.
Well, I was definitely lying.
Are you decepting?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it. Hang on, let me get
Yeah.
I love how we
thought so.
call it decepting instead of deceiving, like actual English.
What are the scepters?
He rolled a 19.
Decepticons.
Wait. Oh,
Yes.
wait.
Roll
Oh,
your
no.
bless, because he's blessed too.
I am.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh,
He rolled a
well.
21, and you rolled a 21.
Oh,
Beats
shit.
it.
Well, meets it. Yeah, she's definitely lying.
He just kind of winks at you.
Pry into his brain and see who he likes.
She doesn't have to do that.
It's Artie.
She doesn't
Shit.
It's definitely Artie.
I
She
need
doesn't
to
need
know.
twice the spell slot.
I'm gonna.
What if it was Seeker?
What
He
That's
likes-
lie.
he might like tall
Not gonna
guys.
lie.
I'm gonna wipe the bird shit off of Artie.
You're very nice.
Thank you.
He's my like if I had a mischievous thing that I
Oh.
could think of, do that.
If
but
I had noticed it happening, I was kind of shuffling between rooms, or he would have pressed the digitation at top of him.
Roll me a perception at disadvantage, because you were busy.
Okay.
I'll say 12 or better, and you spotted it.
Perception. Shit. Nope. The other one. There we go.
Yeah, that was the problem, is the shit.
Yep.
But
Did that go through? Did that go
8.
Yes, it's Nate.
You did not notice.
through? Nope.
Come on, bless.
You are blessed. You could roll
That's true.
a D4.
Come on,
I'm gonna
Four,
ruin
baby.
the shit out of this bless.
Come on, 4. Come on.
Breza's like, I did not think this
It's
would
a
be
4.
useful.
Yay.
let's just
Meets it,
It
beats
wasn't
it.
Breza, it was Viella who blessed us.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
pressed it. You're clean.
Right, it was Viola.
Nice.
She would just look down and be like, whatever.
yeah, Viella would not give too many fucks about bird shit.
Okay, yeah, you see it.
Okay, I will use a spell and whisk it away.
You Presti the poop away.
D&D.
The only game where you can get shat on by a bird, and it's just funny.
But,
All
yeah,
right.
nothing to do.
Yeah, he won't even know if no one tells him.
No.
Exactly.
All right. It is the next day.
Ugh.
You
No,
okay?
just sleep.
I think I slept on a rock. My back is.
Oh, that's terrible.
Maybe Ori put that rock under your bedroll.
I would never.
I think he would have noticed if it was a rock. They're huge and all.
I'm
Oh,
taking away that inspiration I gave you, Echo.
can't do that.
Yes, I can.
You don't say
Like
that.
the bird, I get it.
I slipped a pea under his bedroll. You see, he's a princess.
Princess.
He was all through the night.
The
Princess
seeker and the
Seeker.
pea.
So, quick question, Echo.
Quecko.
The Quecko, that gem of brightness says it has 3 keywords.
Uh-huh.
I'm assuming I don't know those keywords.
You speak Goblin, don't you?
I do.
They're scrawled on the gems.
That's
Oh,
cute.
nice.
That's
Those
so
are keywords.
good. I love that for him.
It's like writing your laptop's password on a sticky note and sticking it to your laptop.
That's exactly what that is.
On one side of the gem in Goblin, it says, "Ouch!" And on the second side of the Goblin, on the gem, it says, "Turn it off!"
I love
Yeah,
that.
that's,
I love
those-
that so much.
if I would have been guessing, turn it off would have probably been one of them. What's the third one?
But
That's because you have a goblin brain.
The third one is, "Ha ha!" with a bunch of A's.
okay, what
Okay.
does
You
that
imagine,
do?
you imagine that is the one that makes it extremely bright.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was the blink setting.
It's so good.
So that the gem of brightness goes.
The rave setting.
It's the rave setting.
Okay.
Off we go.
So, for the next few days, I'd like a survival check, please.
Okay.
Guidance.
Does anyone want to help me?
Oh,
All right, great.
You want advantage, or do you want me to roll?
That's what I meant. Advantage, which
Advantage,
it worked out really
advantage.
well, so I'll
It's
take
a
it.
23.
And she
Got
guided
what?
me,
Plus,
and bless.
but it only
Wow.
lasted
It
for
only
24 hours.
24
not
hours.
multiple days. But this is over.
We haven't
multiple
been.
days.
24 hours is 24 hours. So until we go to sleep tonight or around that time.
He said
But
over the next few
It's
days.
over the next few days.
Oh, fair. That's
Yeah.
right.
Let me be
I'm-
honest with you. Above 20, you got
It
it.
doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't
You
really-
won.
Yeah, we're fine.
You
I think I'm
won.
okay.
You can only survive so good. I'm
long.
sorry.
We found
wanna
a
survive
bunch of
together,
bugs
damn it.
on the side of the road.
found a giant honeycomb. Like,
Yeah.
There's a jacuzzi over there.
Once you
guys.
roll a 35, the carts drive into the astral sea, and no one knows where you're going after that.
Wait a minute.
We become space
No.
pirates.
Over the next few days, you're riding, and it's getting colder and winterier as you're making progress. It's not cold enough that it's actually penetrating the winter clothes you all prepared and brought, but it is requiring you to take shorter days as you're traveling. As you're making... Yes?
I was just gonna say, Claudia would volunteer to drive most of the way because she's actually cold resistant. As a wolf.
Okay. Weird flex, but alright.
I'm just
As
saying,
you-
some other people
resistant.
don't just sit
I'm a
outside
Goliath.
and get cold.
I'm cold resistant because I'm fat. As you all make your way on the
no,
carts.
you are cold resistance because you're a goddamn polar bear.
True.
Can I finish the sentence?
No.
Yes.
Please do.
As you're driving down one of the roads you see that Cal has guided you towards, there is a town. Before the town, on one of the nearest roads, there is an offlet, and you see there is a tavern with the painted sign, the Halfway Inn. And it has an amusing image of two hands, one drawn as a circle, the other drawn as a finger.
Yes.
Amazing.
The halfway in.
Corey laughs. He's like, I get it now.
They'd appreciate a dick in the sky over this town.
See, because it's halfway between, but also that's good.
It gets less funny the more you explain it.
I don't know if that's true, Seeker.
Do you pull the cart towards the tavern?
Yes.
Okay. You see
got
that
it, Aaron.
Discount.
You see that as you're pulling the carts up towards the tavern, you see there are two individuals standing out in front of the tavern, and they don't look particularly friendly.
Uh-oh.
You notice there are no other horses or carts around the front of the tavern, and as you're approaching, one of them steps forward and says, "Oi, the inn's closed. Make your way on into town.
Guys, they say the inn's closed.
Tell them we got business here.
Hey, Ben, you wanna tell them?
I don't want to talk to them.
Hey, we got business here.
Belen's gonna kind of swing up out of the cart so that she's kind of half hanging off it.
Whatever your business, it matters not to us. Move on.
Seeker, he's gonna climb up and out to the front of the cart.
You want me to take care of it?
What do these guys look like? Who are these
Do you
people?
want to?
They look like
gonna
they're
be big.
wearing they're wearing cloaks over armor. It looks like their armor they're wearing is maybe studded leather or chainmail, and it looks pretty ragged, like it's seen better days. The cloaks they're wearing are big and thick, and across their backs you see one of them is wearing a long sword slung across their back, which immediately strikes you as it probably wasn't theirs all the time, because it would be fitted to their belt. The other one is holding a spear. Upright, not like at attention.
Before Seeker leaves the cart, do you want to be big? Like
No.
bigger?
No, not right now. I don't think that's necessary.
Okay.
Those don't
Let me know
look like
if you need-
innkeepers to me.
Let me know if you need backup.
I will.
Gentlemen, I find
got
myself
you.
very curious about your business.
We're handling business of our own, and it's none of yours.
Oh, but it ought to be.
I think not. Now, don't be wasting our time. You can find better rooms up in the actual town of Shadowstead.
I don't think I want to do that. I think I want you to tell me what your business is.
Claudia's just nervously looking back and forth because she doesn't know what to do.
Charmo, do what you're gonna do. Get him.
I have a job to do, ma'am, and it's to not let you in.
That seems so inhospitable.
Well, the tavern's closed, so it's not open for hospitality. That's what that means.
I think that you should tell me what more words mean. I don't know very many words.
Or he laughs from the cart like real loud.
The two guards like look at each other, and the one you're talking to just great. You suddenly hear anyone with a passive perception of 15 or higher hears a bang and a crash from inside the tavern.
Oh,
It's like sounds like breaking dishes, and you hear a woman shout, and then you hear another bang, and
Okay,
then
well, now
you
I'm
hear
getting out of this
voices
part.
getting a little bit more hushed.
Oh boy. Claudia
Okay.
gets off the cart.
Can I decipher what that shout is? What does
But it
that-
was someone saying, "Hey!"
Tess will
What?
come out. Tess will shapeshift into Hot Tess, and and come out of the cart. Something going on in there?
Look, you adventurers, this isn't your concern. Please, just move on to town.
Oh, I don't know that you know what our concerns are.
Hold on a minute.
Everyone gets 6/10 HP.
Ooh.
Popped out my little protector drone.
He just popped out like a little drone in front of me.
Jesus, all right.
No, I'm still in the cart. They can't even see me. It's just 10
Oh, it's only
feet.
10 feet though, right? I think most of us come out of the cart.
Yeah, before anybody actually leaves. As soon as I
I'm
get
kind
to
of
me.
like dangling off the cart.
Yeah, I don't think anybody like walked up to him yet.
No, I'm like next to the horses.
If you don't want the 6/10 HP, don't take Thought we
All
were
right.
bonding or
So
Oh, I'm
it's
taking them.
the nearby trees to the front of the tavern makes it impossible to get the cart super close to the tavern. So you're maybe like 30 feet away from these guards as you're shouting at them.
Yeah.
Seeker just walks to them
Oh boy.
as
What?
they're shouting.
Look, what's it gonna take for you all to move along?
How close are they gonna let me get? Because I want to get like within 5 feet of them.
Oh, as soon as you get to the bottom of the stairs at the base of the tavern, the one with the spear points the spear toward you and says, "That's close enough. Stay right there."
Right.
Who asked you to close the tavern?
One moment. I need you to roll me. It's not a persuasion check, because you're not being persuasive.
Intimidation?
Yeah, give me intimidation.
You're
I
insisting.
was trying to do.
You have guidance. I gave you guidance before.
Oh, okay.
You did great.
How are you trying to intimidate them, Seeker?
Well, it's gonna
By
be
being a
this
Goliath.
conversation that I was gonna have, but with this shouting going on, it's just gonna look intimidating. I guess, I don't know.
Okay, you can give me just a physical intimidation check.
I think Velen has just had some implied threat going on here by continuing to make demanding questions without backing off or answering their questions about what would make her go away. It's just like being in your face without physically getting in their face.
Okay.
Okay.
25, hold on.
Mine was only 22.
Sure.
Only 22.
Only, okay.
One of the guards seems to, like, be looking back towards the door and looks real uncomfortable. The guard with the spear keeps it level, and he says, "This really doesn't concern you, strangers. Please move along."
I
You
heard
don't-
a scream. That concerns me, sir.
You heard a shout.
Semantics.
Here we are with the fucking words
teaching
again,
you.
buddy.
It matters.
Right.
No one's in
Fine.
distress.
You want to do this the hard way?
Sounds like distress. Sure does sound like it.
If you want to explain to us what was going on, maybe we can avoid this conflict, but right now...
The tavern owner is in debt to Dougal.
Who the fuck is Dougal?
Dougal Mackenzie.
Person who's not your concern, so please move along. They are discussing options for the tavern. Is that good enough for you?
Why does it involve shouting and breaking things?
Likely because she's upset that he's going to close her tavern.
Guys, my instincts as an interfering noble are interfering with my reason here. So can you help me out? Like, what is the normal person way of dealing with this?
Are you asking the rest of the group?
Seeker, what
Yeah,
are you
that-
doing right now?
Yes, she is turning to the others and saying,
Seeker doesn't like how this is going down, so he he says you can do this the easy way or the hard way, and he's waiting for a response.
The
Well, the
one,
normal person thing to do would be to move on and mind our business, if I'm honest. But I'm not sure any of us are normal.
I don't think we're normal.
the
gonna
one
hang
holding
off.
the spear
Business here.
says, "There is no hard way. You're breaking the law if you encroach upon us. Please move on."
Hey, is there an air genasi named Charm in there?
He would be in Ospedania.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
I thought she
Nope,
was at the
Scroll
Happy Inn.
Keepers Guild is in Nospedania.
Okay, my bad. Sorry.
This is the just over the table. This
This
is
is
the
just halfway
Nazik
there.
mission.
No,
Yeah.
Zeke just said to stop by here and we'd be treated well.
Don't we have a? Didn't he give us a name
Charm
or
was
something?
supposed to be here, I thought.
Yeah, in
That's what I have in my
Nospedania.
So what was our mission at?
okay,
We had
so
this talk
out of
the last
character-
time.
out of character, please let's clarify what we're doing so that we don't
Yeah. Yeah.
stupid
so,
our way into...
I want to
Nazik,
fight.
Zeke asked us to go here.
He just said that we would be treated well if we mentioned his name.
I thought he asked us to go here to find Charm so we
Well,
could give her
He
that
said
thing.
Charm was in Nospedania with the Scroll Keepers Guild.
Okay,
Echo,
do
can
you mean
help us?
do you mean Malikor?
Yes.
Because Nospedania is the entire
Yes,
country.
yes. Malikor in Nospedania.
We had a
Pen
mission.
has it. No, you
Okay.
didn't.
Oh,
Nazik
okay.
said, "Come to the halfway inn, give them my name, and they'll treat you well."
Okay.
Right, but the scorekeeper thing is in now.
Really feeling
Yes.
like we shouldn't name drop Nazik right about now.
Well, maybe after we clear these guys out.
If
We
but,
don't hear them.
Well, we don't necessarily need to commit a bunch of crimes, but if the problem
yeah,
is
I'm
that
not
someone
really
is in,
interested in becoming a
But if-
fugitive right now.
but if the problem is that somebody's in a bunch of debt, that may be the kind of thing we can help with. Is all I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah, we could
possibly.
do that.
Not if we go kicking the door in.
No.
We're a generous bunch.
Well, maybe.
I trust Seeker.
Right now, Seeker is intimidating the guards, and
Yeah,
the guard has
Seeker is
pointed a
threatening
spear
them.
at Seeker.
Right. So,
So-
this may be about to become crime, but you know, let's just back into paying attention. I just wanted to clear up because there was definitely
Yeah.
out of character
I mean-
confusion about what we were doing.
Well,
Yeah.
I also think it's fair for the group to be discussing what they want to do, even if one person is just doing.
Oh, for
their
sure,
thing.
for sure.
The guard has a spear pointed at Seeker and says, "Sir, if you approach, I'm going to have to use force. Please Don't make that happen.
Right. Well, there's always an easy way. There's always a hard way. How much are they in debt for?
I don't... He looks at the guard next to him. We don't know the number. We're not...
Right. So, and how the fuck do you expect me to find out if you won't let me in?
You're here for the debt.
No shit.
Roll a
No.
persuasion. Okay, roll me persuasion at disadvantage.
Because Ori just said no.
What?
Or he just said no, so roll persuasion at disadvantage.
God damn it. Can I give you an inspiration so she didn't say that?
No, you can't do that to me.
Damn it.
Sex forced me not to say something.
Absolutely
Fine. Double
I'll
five.
probably roll
There you go.
fine.
Double fives for 12.
not.
Oh.
It didn't even matter.
How about...
No, because I could have blown an inspiration on one.
You see the
Okay.
guard turn to one and say, Carter, go get... What? Yeah, go get him. Why don't you stay here? And we'll bring him out to you so we can talk about it like civilized people.
There you go. That's the easy way.
That's what we needed. That's all we needed.
This guard looks at the other one. He seems grateful to not be stuck out here. He's the one you succeeded to intimidate, and he goes into the tavern. And as he closes the door behind him...
I mean, there's still one outside, so
Yeah.
don't blow it.
There is a
This
long
must
pause.
be the worst posting. How long do you have to stand out here?
It's been maybe 20 minutes.
Oh, well, that's not that bad. I was imagining that you were stuck out here all friggin' day in this cold weather and that it was just the worst thing in the world.
I'm a local. We're used to it.
Well, I'm
Who
glad
are
that
the-
it's not that bad.
Who are you people?
My name's Velen. What's
Seeker
yours?
just turns around like, are you...
Velen just smiles at him.
Oh.
He seems off put, and he just kind of like sets the spear, and is just looking at you all.
All right. Just making conversation. Eesh.
You did try to intimidate him,
I
so
did.
he's not happy
no, I
with
did.
you all.
I did. No, I own that. I'm not saying that what Velen is doing is reasonable. It's just what she's doing.
As that happens, the door opens, the first guard comes back out, and a number of individuals file out.
Boy.
First is a huge orcish individual. And as this guard steps aside, you see there is a strange fellow wearing a long cloak that's lined with feathers.
Huh.
And then a man wearing heavy armor steps
Oh
out
boy.
in front of everyone else, and then another guard emerges. The man wearing the heavy armor looks at all of you and says, "Now, what might be the meaning of all this, then? We have word you have the means to pay for old Heidi's debt."
Well, that
Potentially,
depends.
but no one would give us a figure about what that debt was.
She's behind on 3 months' rent. The lease for the building belongs to the Dougals. So,
Gold.
if you happen to have 390 gold pieces on you...
You
this
guys
can
take
only-
gems? I yell. Give you
He-
400 in gems.
He looks over at the strange individual wearing the cloak with feathers, and that individual says, "We will accept this."
Ugh, I don't like him.
Oh, I love it. Who is this person? What's happening? What do they look like?
Roll investigation.
Oh, okay.
Are the Dougals like a thing we can roll history on, or is this just a thing that we don't?
You
like,
could
know?
try. You might have heard something about it around town.
Wolf.
I mean, I got
Ori.
a super high
It's rough.
history, but I don't think I would know them even if. So I'm not even gonna roll.
Claudia's never heard of anything ever.
The only reason I rolled is that I thought there was a possibility that rich people might have hurted rich people.
So the Dougals, it's with a 24 in history. The name Dougal is one that you've seen once before.
Okay, just rings a bell, but no one doesn't know what.
Yeah, you're not sure
right.
what it's about. Ori with a 9. This individual seems to be wearing a half mask. They wear an amulet, and they wear a long cloak, as I've described, that's lined with gray and white feathers.
A half mask? Like the bottom half?
Top
the top
half.
Like the Phantom of the Opera. Oh, okay.
Yes, like that. Except it's
Like-
vertical, not sideways.
Yeah, cool.
So before I approach Seeker with the bag of gems, I'm gonna look back at the rest of the group and just like thumbs up, like.
I gives you a thumbs up. Sure.
I mean, investing in an inn is always a good.
I'm gonna take out 8 50 gold gems. I'm gonna
Financial
leave
decision.
the 2 rubies that I had in there, because Tess said she wanted them. So I'll give them all the others, and I'm gonna hand them to Seeker. I don't want to get close to them. That guy creeps me out. I'm gonna give the gems to Seeker, and I get her on back.
Oh, he'll gesture like, gems? You coming to get them?
I can handle that. And he steps down. And as soon as he does, like 2 guards immediately get up close next to him because they are not letting him out of their sight. He steps down right up to you. He seems unintimidated.
He is big as Seeker.
No.
He's a human.
Fuck no.
Yes.
Okay.
He might not be super bright as he gets close to you, Seeker.
Dumb courage.
Gems.
Right, yeah. And he puts the bag right in his hands.
Right in front of you, he opens the bag and looks in it and begins inspecting the gems. This'll certainly do. You can tell old Heidi that she owes you for another month. And he turns to the other guards and the strange priest-like fellow, and they all begin heading out.
He's like, can I roll religion on this guy?
So roll it. Okay, so first roll me a perception.
It looks like Batman, but for pigeons.
I am also not moving. They are going around me.
Ooh.
Oh,
All right, you
good
can roll me
roll, though.
religion as you see a symbol around this man's neck.
Santa thought. Bet.
Good religion. Finally, good religion. 21.
Hey.
21. You recognize a more obscure deity. The symbol appears to be a magpie clutching a coin in its beak with bones in its claws. You believe that to be the symbol of Lokir, who is not a benevolent god. One seen as a god of envy, vanity, greed, and jealousy.
Don't like that at all.
They do all make their way around you. The orc is as big as you. And you see he has a massive great axe on his back as they all file on past Seeker.
Can I get a whiff of them as they walk by?
Sure.
I want to commit them to my smell index.
The priest
Your Smindex.
stops and looks at you, Seeker. You smell of...
You can stop right there.
We can help you with that.
Who is we?
All of us. Come seek us out at the temple in town.
That's his name.
Right.
So he smells. What do I smell like?
Wine.
Fair. That's fair. Probably.
Do me next. Do me next.
They continue on and they ignore every other request to be
You
smelled.
see, Artie looks defeated.
Oh.
He
I already
done with
deserves
this
to
game.
be sniffed.
I think
Yeah.
you
I rolled a
probably
natural
smell
20 for my smell
of
index.
industry.
Go sniff him.
The guards smell of stale beer, oil, wheat, straw.
Nope, that's me.
They don't they don't smell great. The leader, the man in full armor, the smells of perfume. But it's over the smells of body odor. The smells of perhaps a lack of proper hygiene. It's pretty gross. The priest smells of lilac and nothing else. It's
Creepy.
almost unsettling.
Uh-huh.
The orc smells of blood. Blood and salt.
I'm back.
No way, lilacs smell great.
And an addendum to my request, I realized that I don't have Seeker's scent, so can I also sniff him at the same time?
Yeah, sure. What does Seeker smell like, Seeker?
Seeker smell like Seeker?
So he kind of just smells like a slight smell of whiskey. And there is this weird sort of faint smell of blood that like never goes away.
Like dried blood?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
As
Smell
these...
like my soap.
Nobody wants to smell like your soap. As the crew seems to leave, the door to the tavern opens, and very carefully a woman looks out.
Ooh, she's attractive too.
And to my GBO.
You're the saviors.
Okay, that's a bit dramatic.
Your new friends.
That's better.
You made them leave, I'll say. Come in out of the cold. And as you head towards the halfway inn,
Thank you, kindly.
that is where we were going to stop tonight's session. Okay.
Welcome to.
You.
Wee.
We are going to pick up right where we leave off next session, right here.
I want to be ready.
All right, fine. As we reach the end of the session, of course, as always, we will go with the player vote for inspiration. And I'm going to stop at the top of the order. Dooch, name starting with a D.
Yeah.
Who gets your player vote?
I'm giving it to Seeker. I like his little lore drop. I like the way he approaches situations because it's different than ours, but it's very unique to him, and it's just he stayed very well in character since he started Seeker, and I'm really enjoying it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, next is Pen.
Ah, he is second for some reason. I'm gonna give it to Seeker too, mostly for Claudia kind of being like, "Can you tell me more about yourself?" and him being like, "No." But then during their watch together, him just kind of breaking that silence with, "All right, I'll give you one question," and then trusting her with those answers.
Okay.
Because, it's really hard to get closer to characters when there's no give. So I
Yes.
appreciate that Seeker was willing to give.
Hellfrog.
Oh, right, my vote.
Yes.
I'm gonna give it to Tess because I see that Tess is working very hard to kind of try to go to everybody in her little family, in her little group, and check in with them. And I kind of get the feeling it's because she's not okay, but I see it. I see what she's doing.
If
don't think
everyone
any
else
of
is
us have
okay,
the
I'll be
insight.
okay.
I don't think any of us have the insight to notice that in game.
Yeah. Remembered Orison.
I'm gonna give it to Velen for the several times consistently through the session. Sort of like, even though Velen, like one of my like primary phrases that Velen has said in like session like 4 or 5 was "I welcome all attention," which she does, but there's this like hard limit on like how many compliments she'll take, basically, or like how like there's like a particular kind of spotlight that she wants to be under that I think is really clarified in particular in this session.
Bella
by a
only knows what negative attention is.
Yeah,
She
she
doesn't
doesn't
know what to
know
do
what
with
positive
positive attention.
attention.
a lot of consistent behavior. She's like, yeah, fine. Oh yeah, you find a thing about sure, it was nice. Okay, stop. Okay, stop. I'm going away now.
Stop acknowledging it.
Yeah, like, oh, you think I'm a nice person? No,
Ugh.
fuck. Oh, I'm gonna go over here.
Sal.
It's good.
It's always so fucking hard because there are great moments from literally everyone. But the one that made me laugh this time, aside from the Jarek horse,
Very worse.
Good lord.
was
The most fucked up conspiracy.
was when Claudia got one question and immediately was like, "Can I ask a clarifying question?" No shit. Wait, is this a question? Is this a question?
3 questions deep. Oh fuck!
I thought that was really funny, so I'll give it to Pat this time.
Oh thanks.
Let's hope that she never meets a genie.
For
Yeah.
real.
Oh, I would immediately turn it over to Artie.
He that wishes to answer. Well, never mind.
Simic.
I'm gonna give it to Hellfrog for no, the no. When I'm like, you're here for it. She's like, no. I'm like, oh, what do you mean no?
Immediately undermine his entire plan. I love
I
it.
was like,
I
oh,
didn't know his plan.
Seeker's gonna have words with you next session.
Excellent. She welcomes them.
I want to honorable mention Velen for immediately making the guards uncomfortable. As being an NPC who's doing something kind of shady, having a PC just like asking a zillion questions, the NPCs are like, "You're not supposed to do this. Fuck off." It's very funny to me. However, the player vote goes to Simic with 2 votes. Well done.
Thank you.
Boom. I said boom. All right.
Boom.
This party's so good.
I am loving it. So, next session we're picking up right where we left off as you guys got to the halfway in Shadowstead. To all who are listening, we love you, and I can't wait to see you again. And, I mean, good night, everyone. Good night.
Have a wonderful time.